off, Quentin, you might want to mute when you're not talking.
Sorry.
You're very loud. It's very loud whenever you shift. Sorry. When we last left off, you guys managed to defeat a node. A lot of it owing to Will's use of an elemental, who was running around and smashing lots of stuff, which kept you guys safe from being too close to various items that, when smashed, could release potentially infectious dust. Lograth showed up and used a very special sword that he had created to do much the same without the infectious dust running around. And after the battle was won, he encouraged you all to come back to the club, well, his library actually, and then you guys went to the clubhouse from there, and discussed with you about these weapons, and gave you some options, like saying, well, if you want to get involved with dealing with the tar stand and its nodes and everything like that, then you're going to need some better weapons. One of ways of which is to either encourage help from people who have them, or if people that have them aren't the willing to help kind, to probably take them out. He also told you if you gathered up certain materials, he might be able to make you some of these weapons. He doesn't have any of the substance, which he referred to as chaosium, and one of you was referring to as Badrock, I believe.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. And between him and the suddenly appearing Claire, you were given information as to who holds the majority of these weapons, where they might potentially be found, or at least world-wise, or plane-wise, depending, and help set you on a course. At the moment, you guys are mostly gathered back at the clubhouse, doing some things for the evening, getting your rest, getting a nice long rest, and you're reconvening in the morning after some of you, with eventful times given to me in text, gathering back together and getting ready to set out on what you said was you're heading to the Madronis entrance, which is a location on Alaris that you have not been to. You have been to Alaris before, but it was in a very isolated section that you were told of, that called Kandala. And this place is apparently a very different section of Valaris. So, Iron Roses, what would you guys like to do?
I'm going to send something real quick to somebody, and I'll send it to you, Chris.
Okay.
So we're going for the light blade now, right? No, wait, sorry.
We are going after the wind blade.
The wind blade, and that was in the water area.
Yes.
Yes.
The wind blade in the water area, and then eventually, hopefully after we succeed and get the wind blade, we will then head to find the light blade, which is also on Alaris.
And we already have the lightning blade because Urk has it, right?
Yes, and the fire blade is in Adler's hands.
The fire blade is definitely on Adler. Trying to remember. I did actually offer Urk the lightning blade.
Yeah, I went to Lawcraft.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Hey, boy, lightning blade, please.
I was half forgetting about that. I'm sorry.
It happened like last second.
Yeah. And I might have been in a. I don't know. Okay. should have known that. For some reason, I did not know that.
And actually, out of character, one of my characters knows
Oh, yeah,
where
now I
the
remember.
Earthblade is. And
Uh-huh.
could Cinna have given that information before leading for the Shadowfell?
Cinna would have definitely had time to give that information.
Yeah, so Commander Strun in the Nexus has the Earthblade.
All right, well, let's go kill him then.
Her. And you
Her.
met her.
Her.
Yeah, I remember now. Sorry, it's like for some reason I didn't remember that. I didn't note that, but then as soon as we talked about it, it's like, oh yeah, I remember talking about Urk and the lightning bolt attack. Yeah, I hate when that happens. My bad. So yeah, Cinna would have told you about where the Earthblade is.
Okay.
She had the time to do that.
I need to make one more change. Hold on, where is it? There we go. There we go.
Aw. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we leveled both, right? Nice.
You're level 11 if that's what you're asking.
I remember.
I was talking about certain name changes down below. But anyway, what you're going to do now is up to you. You're still in your clubhouse. You haven't gone through any of the doors yet, but you have the symbol for the one that goes to oops, wrong thing. That goes to you've been pointed out which door. The words Madronis are on one of them. On one of the doors that's been set up. And you guys didn't set this one up. But you weren't even told who or what set it up. It just happens to be there. Now, before you head to them after you've left the confines of your clubhouse, when you're in the hallway of the in between, an imp comes up to you guys holding a small bag with something clinking on the inside. Which one of you is in charge?
I guess me. Phaedra will speak up.
Dwarf. Got it. The imp hands the small bag over to you. Boss wanted you to have these. There's 8 stones in there for setting up doorways, in case you need them.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Okay. Isn't there bad things about doorways and bags of holding? Are these safe to put in a bag of holding?
Yeah, these aren't doorways themselves. They work more like an instantaneous creation of a teleportation circle, but one that's permanent. So they don't transport in and of themselves. They basically lay down the foundation of a transport thing. As the resident programmers in our group might understand, it's basically like a snippet of code that by itself is meaningless, but once it combines together with a bunch of others, it tells a program to institute something specific. But it's useless by itself. It doesn't do anything by itself.
All right, thank you. And she puts them in the bag of holding.
Notepad.
Okay. Do we need to get anything before we go? How's everybody on Does everybody have enough rations, or are we going to hunt? Does anybody need anything? We also have a ridiculous amount of treasure here left over from the giants. I don't know if we should bring this with or leave this in the clubhouse.
Are there things in there that could come in handy in weird situations?
Possibly. Like for example, here, and she will toss you the eyes of the eagle. I hear you're really good with keeping track of stuff. This might be useful for you.
I'll look into it, and I put it away.
Is that meant to be a joke?
No.
Well,
Don't
you're
make
looking
those.
into the okay, never mind. Anyway, so we also have some there's an Ioun stone of strength in here
You had a long rest, Will.
and +1 battle axe if anybody wants it. But there's 6 potions of giant size. That might be interesting. I'll go ahead and grab those and put them away in there. I don't know. Put that in the bag of holding. She'll put that in there. There's just a whole bunch of trinkets and gold and stuff, which I think we've already spread out. So yeah, if nobody wants, and there's this crystal ball, and she'll toss it to her Rhiannon. If you could just keep a track of us every once in a while and make sure that we're not in perilous danger, it'd be helpful. And Rhiannon will nod. And I'll put the... is everybody good with food and stuff before we go?
7 days with rations.
Okay, that's helpful. Let's see. How many rations do I have? She looks in her bag.
We just should just pull all our rations together.
I mean, we can't do that if you want.
I mean, it seems easier to keep track of. Like, we're with how many people? 6, 7?
Yeah, I have 8 days myself.
Same. Yeah, same.
I don't, but I have money. I can go buy some.
Urk, do you need any rations?
Nah, I should be
Kieran?
good. I got like 13 pieces of meat here. I should be good.
Varen, are you good with everything?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay. Well, if we don't need anything else, I guess we're ready to go. And she'll pick up Cinder and put her on her neck. Get magical swords. This should be interesting. And I guess we go through the door.
All right.
Yeah.
So the group of you, with your Iron Roses pins, go up to the door, open it, and as you all transition through, you find yourself in an alleyway. The stench of rotting fish and the overwhelming odor of sea air fills your nostrils. A sound alerts you to the fact that you're not alone in this alleyway, though you can also hear the din of people talking, the normal, very populated, wherever you're at, coming from the other side, from all the way down the alley, back on a main street. But as you're coming through and you look around, you happen to see 3 raggedly dressed goblins, hunched over a particular dumpster. One of them has what looks to be, fish guts in their hands. Looks like they're in the process of eating from said dumpster. And they just kind of like are staring at the group of you, all with wide eyes.
Oh.
True.
Hello?
Are you attempting to scare them off?
No, he's being sarcastic. That was a sarcastic boo.
That's a sarcastic.
A sarcastic boo.
Yeah, Phaedra says, "Oh, hello."
One of them, like, staring, just staring and going, did you just come out of the wall?
No.
Phaedra does like a hand movement. No.
Situation.
Am I gonna have to modify memory this early on?
Just
No.
lie to the goblins. Just lie to the goblins.
What am I doing? Persuasion?
Everyone is just standing there, stone faced, like no.
I mean, she's got a spit.
The goblins just kind of look at each other, and one of them says, you must be very magical. Were you just transporting over here because you didn't want to see other people? This is a weird spot, and it made it look like you're coming out of a wall.
Yes,
Well,
we rather hate the crowds.
Yeah, me too. Another one says. That one puts down the fish guts and is like staring at you with big eyes. You wouldn't happen to have any money, would you?
I'm fresh out of money. To spare.
Aww. These
How-
goblins, by the way, happen to be green-skinned and are lacking hair. But they're still recognizable as goblins, even among from where you've been at.
How about this? Phaedra will pull out 2 gold per goblin, so 6 gold.
The goblins' eyes all go wide.
How about this? We need we've not been here before. It'd be nice to have people that might have some ins and outs and information about what the city can offer. Possibly may need sea voyage in the future.
Well, you're on the docks, so that should help.
Well, I'm sure goblins like yourself might have some idea of who's on the up and up and who's not quite on the up and up. And if I give you this, how about we just have an understanding of a trade, say,
As
information.
the 3 goblins take them, the one goblin asks, "Do you like gambling? Well, we know what the guest gambling parlor in the city is. Not even the dock district, but the best gambling in the entire city."
X
Another
eyes
one-
widen.
another one
Gambling.
God.
Someone says, "There's a lot of good trade here on the docks. This is where, well, the best markets are. There's some really snooty markets over across the way in the rich people side of town, but that's all. You have to cross a couple bridges to get there. And if you're and the third one perks up. If you're looking for magic, you're clearly magical, and I guess you're here for the magic school, maybe, or maybe here to visit the magical libraries or the museum. It's in the center of town. It's on the island area.
Wow, you guys are well informed.
Oh. Well, we travel a bit, mostly here in the docks. We never make enough money. We're not strong enough to do dock work, and occasionally we can make a few extra, copper, sometimes even a silver, by helping out with the fish kills and whatnot. But usually there's plenty of people to do that.
Hey, Phaedra,
Yeah.
do you think these people will, be able to get us closer to where we need to go? Or perhaps we should get out of this alleyway and have a look around. We're not really here for sightseeing.
No, we're not. But I honestly don't know where we're supposed to go. I just know it's here. Do you know?
Sure is going to in Elvish. We should ask about the Anybody with a special sword at these docks that might have appeared at some point?
What, hun?
Do you think we should have asked them about any special swords that might have appeared at one point?
We probably should be asking about a very powerful
You speak-
individual
you
in the
speak
area.
Elvish?
No, that's why she said, "What, hun?"
Oh.
I thought she taught her that. Never mind.
Baron's
Dwarvish
just
then.
No,
Baron,
yeah.
Baron will translate it to common through message.
And will translate it to Gnomish to the goblins.
The goblins just stare
I
at you
think-
blank faced.
I don't, out of character, I don't think Phaedra fully knows Elvish. I think she might know a bit of Elvish, but not a whole lot. I can't remember, honestly.
Not quite conversational level Elvish yet.
Well, I mean, a couple of, I don't know. I don't know. I could have forgotten.
Kind of like
Maybe
me
No,
she
with
that's
learned
pretty
Elvish.
what it
the
is.
old days
Not
with
fluent now.
with my subtitled anime watching, picking up bits and pieces of Japanese here and there, but not enough to talk with somebody in Japanese. Like I'd recognize words here and there.
No, but yeah, maybe we should try to get information about the powerful people in the area, because I reckon whoever has that sword probably holds some power.
Oh, okay. She'll turn to the goblins. Do you know any powerful people in the area? Powerful magic people? People with fancy swords?
Well, lots of that. Most of them, yeah, the people passing through. Sometimes sometimes they show up at the Lucky Eyes. And another one pops up. See, some of them going over to the fancy part of town. It's like, ha. Well, most of them, depending if they're into magic and looking for magical work, yeah, most of those types are likely to go to the magic school over in the island. It's the midsection of town. There might even be some cool magical artifacts in the museum.
The museum sounds kind of promising. Doubt they would want to give up an item.
But didn't they say that it was on the high seas?
They did, I guess.
The person is currently using it on the high seas.
Yeah.
Are you telling me they're a pirate?
I
Are you
don't know.
saying this within earshot in the language that the goblins recognize?
I think the word pirate might have been a little bit louder.
So the goblins have, the goblins' ears kind of wriggle some, and they kind of look at each other again, and then look back at you. Ooh, pirates, you say? There's been a lot of upset with the pirates lately. The last couple of years, an entire group of them got slaughtered. Two years
Oh.
ago it was. 2 years ago, just before the assassination of the king. I remember hearing about it. They actually had the heads up on pikes that they were brought in by some fancy travelers. Yeah, I remember. They gave us some gold too. We showed them the Lucky Eyes, and then they got promptly kicked out.
This sounds like a previous party.
This sounds familiar.
Yeah, those of you who watched the on the water would remember this. Yes.
Oh no, I was referring to whenever we done fucked up the casino boat.
Oh, there's that too.
All right.
But
So I
to be fair,
guess
you guys didn't get kicked out. You escaped.
yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds promising. If there's some hoity-toity pirate lord out there with a fancy sword, I doubt the pirate would want to give it up.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we can be persuasive.
I could blow up his ship.
As I said,
The goblins
persuasive.
look at each other and mumble at each
Let's-
other quickly in Goblin. And you speak Goblin?
If I hear them speak in Goblin, then
Nope.
yes,
How quickly can you cast? Okay, you can cast that in 6 seconds.
action.
So you don't get the full conversation, but he said, "Yeah, maybe we should talk to them about that. There's supposed to be a huge reward." And then they all look at you and say, "We've heard of this. They're saying in common now. We've heard of this ship that's currently docked in the on the docks over there." They kind of gesture down past the alley. called the Pirates Gamble. Yeah, maybe you want to go in and interrogate them, or even blow them up or something like that. They gotta be pirates. They gotta be connected, right?
Oh. And what was this about bounty?
They kind of look at each other, and then they kind of like said. One of them kicks the ground and says, "Yeah, if you want, there's a bounty out on that ship from the the Lucky Eyes. The boss of the Lucky Eyes will pay big money if somebody takes that ship out."
Baron just nods.
Is
As
this
he gives
a is this a official bounty or a?
No. This is something on the down low. I wouldn't let the guards know about it.
Right. I
They
feel
wouldn't
like we
know.
might be getting involved with trouble then.
Okay,
What are they
you want
saying?
to stay away from crowds. It looks like you are trouble, right? The goblin, one of the other goblins grins at you.
Oh, you wouldn't know what kind of trouble I am.
Yeah.
What do you say? Is this a good lead?
I mean, it's always worth a shot.
Better than what we had before.
Another one perks up. Like, hey, if you're hungry, there's some good places to eat here on the docks.
What, that garbage can over there?
Oh no, that's because we didn't have any money, but we got money now. He grins, and one of them bites into one of the gold pieces that you gave him. Yeah, we're good. Things have been a bit slow recently. A lot of traffic coming up from the south, but nobody going back out.
I don't know. Honestly, if this is not on the up and up and this isn't something that's sanctioned by the guards here, I don't think it's something that we should really deal with.
I mean, we don't have to deal with it. It is our only sort of lead, though. So we might as well
To know why.
check it out first, at the very least.
I mean, I
Check
could
out,
always.
yes. Looks at small gnome. Blow up, not so much.
Okay, got it. Burn.
Well,
I could sneak in and just, have a look
Let's-
around.
yeah, and I seem to vaguely remember a conversation about you wanting to steal a ship. That wasn't too long ago.
Well, it's still on the bucket list.
Let's not do that yet.
At all. Turns to Shuri, at all.
No,
To be
I
fair,
think Shuri.
I don't think
Hit
we'll
it
be able to stop well if we wanted to.
No.
Well, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't try. you have a point.
Anyhow, what was it called? The Pirates Gamble. That's a ship. If we go there and you try to talk to one of the higher ups, I go in, try to see if they're involved in something.
It just seems odd. Why would somebody who's in the city put out a bounty on a ship that's docked at the city and take it out? It just seems, I don't know. Doesn't that seem weird to anybody? Looks around.
Depends
I mean-
on who put out the bounty.
Yeah.
That's why I'm curious to
Um,
figure out why.
All right.
Maybe you could ask the captain of the Pirates Gamble about that.
Do you
Hey, why
goblins
isn't a
know?
bounty on you?
I mean,
Do you
maybe.
goblins know why?
Are you talking to the goblins?
Yeah.
Well, said the boss of the Lucky Eyes doesn't like well, the Pirates Gamble is kind of a rival establishment, shall we say? Not like they can bring in much of a crowd, but they're not supposed to be any other gambling establishments here in the docks. Yeah, only the Lucky
Makes
Eyes
sense.
and all the lures. Besides, the guards aren't that big on them either.
Get rid of the competition. Understandable.
Well, they're clearly some kind of pirate, or maybe they used to be. Besides, what do you think? It's a bugbear. Who's gonna miss one of those big hulking brutes?
What are they saying, Varen?
I thought they were speaking in
That was
common.
in common.
Oh, I thought you were. I was. My bad. My bad. I'm getting thrown off with
For
the time.
now. For now,
Sorry.
they're speaking in
Okay.
common.
Well, it's the only lead we have. I'm not gonna stop us from getting information. Let's just check it out. Let's not get involved with something that we don't know isn't at the task at hand.
Baron will say in Goblish that I will try and get the bounty and share it with you. While I look at the goblins.
Goblins grin wide.
And I give them a courtesy bow.
Oh, that's fancy.
Well, shall we go check it out?
Sure, I guess. How is the name of the ship on the side of the boat, or how will we know the ship?
It's on the side.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
And Phaedra will say thank you as well and just give a little nod.
As you leave the alley, you see that around you see a lot of humans, but you also see a lot more lizard folk than you're used to, just out and walking around. It's like every few people is a lizard folk. Many of the lizard folk, some of the lizard folk here on the docks, you can see are dressed in very colorful garb, like flowing silks, other types of unusual clothing, like often walking together in groups wearing similar clothes, and they're different scale colors. Like, some are green, some are purple, some are kind of blue, some are gray. Just a variety of colors of both scale and clothing. But you also see lizard folk walking around in what looks like guard or kind of dock worker type clothes. In addition, you see a number of dwarves, halflings, gnomes, elves, uh, a handful of goblins here and there, like hawking wares as you pass by some market stalls, dragonborn, and of course the occasional half race, like half orc and half elf and a water genasi sort of thing, and even a few sea elves, which that probably throw you first if none of you have seen them before, like green blue skin, depending.
I believe we've seen sea elves whenever we went on the casino boat mission. I think the bartender was
All
a
right.
sea elf.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But there's not not too many ways sea elves are on Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully, it's like because of your party composition, you seem to blend in quite nicely here. Nobody's giving you second look.
Jesus.
Druids. Everyone roll me perception checks.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Nope.
Okay. As you pass your way down towards the docks that you were pointed to and like given directions to, like one of the goblins actually came out and followed you like carefully, basically saying, okay, here, this way, that sort of thing, while the others either stayed behind or went somewhere else, possibly with the money that you paid them. You do happen to see some various stores out of the corners of your eyes. You see what looks to be a clothing store called Scaled Secret. You see it's hard to exactly tell if it's a forge or an enchanter shop or a bit of both, called Enchanted Protection. You see another store called Many-Legged Friends. you pass by a bar called Tiger's Fancy. You pass by what looks to be a real estate establishment called Seaside Cellar. Hold on, what's the other one that's nearby there? You see, and as you reach the dock area, you see you see two restaurants that appear to be actually a restaurant and a bakery that appear to be next to each other. The restaurant's name is Best in Season. And there is what appears to be a bakery sitting right next to it, called the Fishy Cupcakes.
I sense a connection between all of the names. I don't know what though.
Connection. I mean, between the individual name and what it's selling, yeah. But you mean as a whole? Everything?
They all have something to do with the sea.
How does a tiger's fancy? Don't cats hate water?
Oh, I missed that one.
Oh. I mean, true. I mean, we are on the coast.
Oh.
Anybody need anything? I mean, I'm not saying that we have time for shopping, but in case anybody forgot anything, now's the time.
Should be okay.
Not at the moment, no.
Yeah, I should be fine.
Eric, you're kind of quiet.
Yeah, he's just following along. It's fine. He's following.
All right.
Eventually, you make it out to the docks, and the goblin points out a well, it's not a huge ship, and it's not a tiny ship, but it is an unusual looking ship. Unlike most ships, its upper deck seems to be. It appears to be like fully. Well, most of it seems to be closed in, except for maybe like the bow and the stern area. There's a lot of space where pretty much there's just not a dome. It's like a small. It's a bit. It reminds you a bit of a smaller version of the gambling ship that you were on. Those of you who went on that mission.
Oh, that one mission, yes.
It's not laid out the same, but it probably would remind you of that. The door to it is actually in the middle, kind of like on, not on the bottom, not on the top, but kind of out in the middle, and has a gangplank down onto it. And there is a sign over it calling it the Pirate's Gamble, and a symbol for tavern, and another one that appears to be for gambling.
All right. I guess fancy a drink, and then we take a look around. I mean, a drink's a good guise for investigating, honestly.
I'm going overboard. Looks at Irk.
Yeah, you still need to stay sober.
Yeah. What up? Oh, this isn't one of my lessons, I'm guessing.
You're right.
Yeah, IRL, I'm eating cookies.
You stop by the bakery on the way. That's why I was like behind.
Apparently.
Well, if you want to stop at the bakery, you can.
I want to buy
So
some cookies.
Hey, Irk, there's liquor this way. Are you sure?
Alcohol, yes. What?
There we go.
Dear
Back on
Lord.
track. Fader winks.
That's one way to get a.
Egg is leading the pack. But he don't know where he's going, so he's kind of confused and yeah, in everyone's way.
Fader goes on the ship.
Oh,
Is there someone standing guard stopping us, or
Nope, there is not.
I'll follow Phaedra.
in
So
that
what?
case,
We're just gonna knock on the door or some shit?
The door is actually open, and it leads
So-
into a
Well, there you go.
what looks like a large interior that
is there?
that is fairly empty of people. There is a large bar, several tables, a roulette wheel, and what appears to be an empty blackjack table because it's laid out with the blackjack sections. But the only place that has anybody standing on it is there is a bugbear standing behind the bar, kind of polishing glasses, and there is what you guys can identify as the three crane because you've met one before. This one is kind of yellow, has yellow skin rather than the black one that you met previously. It also looks very scarred up. Like you see, like lots of what looks like cracks um, in their exoskeleton all over the place. And they're just
You
sitting
said-
at one end of the bar, kind of like slowly drinking.
What's the race of the scarred up one? You said E-Crane?
Three crane.
Three
Just
crane.
like rack.
Oh, okay.
So, as we're a large group and everyone walks in, Will kind of just allows himself to get like pushed into the middle, and then he puts his hood up
Mhm.
and just disappears, and then just gets out of the group and
Of course he does.
just walks off behind, personnel only areas.
Yeah. The bugbear is like watches you as you guys enter in and seems to smile slightly and says, well, I finally got some customers. Welcome to the Pirates Gamble. Can I help you to a drink, or are you interested in a game of chance?
I'll take a beer.
Alright.
Whatever the house specialty is. And
Let's see. Let's see. Do I have any of the house special left? He kind of looks behind him. It's like, oh, good. I do have some jungle juice left.
jungle juice.
It's made some from fruits from Chult, though it's probably gonna be the last of it. Nobody wants to go to Chult these days.
You say from Chult? Why is
He nods.
I will definitely take one. What's going on in Chult these days? Actually, around for everybody if y'all would want it.
I'll
Size a bit.
Water for me.
I'd rather wine.
It's not very prevalent up here in the north, past the Felderbout
Yes.
Mountains. But there's been
Yes,
rumors going on in the
Jules.
south about some kind of death curse going on. A lot of people seem to think it's coming from Schultz.
Wait.
What is this jolt?
Oh no. Oh no.
The bugbear
Um,
pours out a glass of the jungle juice
um,
and slides it over towards Phaedra.
I'll
can
take
I
your entire bottle.
can I have a shot of? Do you got whiskey back there? Do you got something stronger?
yeah,
I don't know this
whiskey.
jungle. Yeah, can I? Yeah, one of those, please.
I would like one full bottle of your rum, please.
Kind of like
How
looks
much
up
will
at
that
you.
cost?
A whole bottle of rum. Well, I'm gonna have to charge you 2 gold for that.
Done. And he puts
Ah,
3 gold
splendid.
on the. And he puts 3 gold, and he's like, "Keep the change," and he'll drink from the bottle.
Fader pounds the whiskey and finishes the jungle juice immediately, and just is kind of
You think you've had something like this before, like on your own
yeah.
world? That somebody possibly back at Camp Righteous would have had something like this and shared it with you. It is
Yeah.
vaguely familiar.
Should I roll a check because I'm drinking the entire bottle
Yes.
in one swig?
Roll concentration
Okay.
save at disadvantage for the entire bottle.
Hells yeah. We're getting drunk.
Oh, Promptly
Constitution,
forgets about the not getting drunk part of it.
14.
And Will, you're checking out behind the bar. Are you?
He's getting
So you're also
coffee.
looking. Oh, he's gonna have. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm back. I'm back.
Oh,
So are
bad.
you going back behind the bar, or are you looking for a door to a different area?
He's looking for a door to a different area.
All right. So all the way to the back of the room, you do find a small door that does say employees only. It would probably be noticed if it was open and closed. What would you like to do?
You say probably noticed.
Probably noticed because the people at the bar are currently engaging the bartender in business. Although you have no idea what the other person that was at the bar is doing.
All right. So, is there a open window anywhere?
No, actually, there's no windows inside. It is a fairly brightly lit interior. There are little balls hanging down from the ceiling that appear to be lighting the place.
All right. Well, he looks down at the edges. He goes on the edges on the door, tries to feel with the fingers how if there's gaps.
All right.
And
it's not airtight, so there are tiny little gaps in there. Not even enough for a mouse, but possibly for a spider.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Will just wild shapes into a spider, invisible, crawls in.
And as you're doing that, the bartender seems to be concerned as he's looking at Phaedra. Are you all right? Do you have family down in Chult? He kind of looks you up and down. You don't exactly make me think of the dwarves I've seen in that area, but that doesn't mean that there isn't like a company of them down there. That might be yours.
I was stationed there for over a year.
Oh. Well, I have my sympathy then. I'm sorry.
Wait, okay. This she kind of shakes her head. This curse you talk of, has it? They're saying it originated from Chult. Does that mean it's here?
From what I understand, Top on the Seas is that the first people that noticed it were in Chult, and it slowly spread to the mainland, and it hasn't come any further north in the Felderbound Mountains, though. So it's like the top of it seems to be at Orin, which means
But it's growing.
Well, it doesn't seem to have been growing the last week or so. Most people don't want to leave Madronis, but I have heard reports that it's as far north as Orin. But at this point, and most of the people don't want to travel the Azure Gulf anymore. They've been coming into Madronis. They've even introduced a bit of border control at the end of the river, just to figure out okay, who's coming up here and should they come up here, sort of thing. I managed to get by before that came down, and I don't know if I want to go back out right now. But I also don't feel safe here. There's some things have been happening, and some of my employees have left suddenly. Kind of looks out at the empty tables.
Why? What has happened? Why are they? Do you know why?
I don't know. Maybe they were offered more money to work someplace else, or maybe they decided they didn't want to go back out into the Gulf. I'm just trying to decide if I want to stay here or not. At this point, the three-kin kind of looks around and kind of nods at the group of you, and you hear in your minds, because three-kin are telepathic, a voice saying, "My business is down in Orin, but I don't feel like leaving Vash's side right now. He needs a friend."
How does it work with out of character? How does it work with telepathic? Can we just think a thought and they can read our thought?
No, they communicate with you telepathically.
Got it. Okay,
They
got
don't.
it.
They can hear, but they can't speak. They can't speak
Fair.
at least common. They can make other noises, but they project their thought. They project their words in other people's minds. Meanwhile, as you guys are having a conversation, Will, you find yourself on a set of you find yourself in what looks like a small break room with a couple of chairs and some rations that are starting to go stale. But you also find a set of stairs heading up and down.
Well, we're just gonna return back to normal Will form rather than spider form, because he wants to move quicker and be able to interact with things. So he's just gonna walk upstairs.
Okay. All right. So upstairs, you find yourself between two doors. One that's basically left and right from where you're at.
He goes right, opens the door.
And you find yourself looking into a nice bedroom. This is most likely the captain's bedroom.
Any cupboards, papers, books?
Oh, whoops, sorry. Right. Ugh, right, sorry. My bad. Directionally challenged here. No, sorry. Right, you find yourself looking into the steering compartment of the ship, where there is a large wheel. There are actually several windows here, looking all the way around, and what looks to be a bell on a bell of some kind that hangs up above that's not currently ringing.
Okay. Same
Sorry.
question. Same question though.
Can you repeat the question? I'm so sorry. As soon as I realized I made the mistake.
Papers, books, cupboards containing such things.
Alright, there, let's see. In that thing, there is a navigational area, so there's a small, not exactly a desk, it's more like, who's typing a lot, by the way? Can you mute yourself, please? Thanks. There is a small, not exactly a table. You know how, like, there's, at other places there'd be, like, consoles and whatnot against the wall?
Mm-hmm.
Here, there's kind of like some surfaces, some curved surfaces where there's like embedded maps and small instruments of like compass sort of thing. And there's a small like not exactly table, but what's it called? Bump out. It's a flat space where you can leave stuff.
All right.
Ottoman?
What?
Ottoman?
No. Not something to put your feet on.
Oh.
It's kind of like a desk, but not really. It's much smaller than that. Whatever it is, the flat surface. It's there's a curved surface in front of it that has like maps and charts, and seems to be able to slide in, slide out, and compass attached to it. There is a small sextant that's laying to one side, and there it looks like several charts. There's another area that has charts that appear to be rolled up and like bundled together with some kind of twine.
We'll look through the maps, try to determine if there's anything that's this area.
Alright. Let's see if I can find you a good map for that.
He would mostly be looking at a map if there's markings on it, like words or lines drawn. Or, a big X.
Ended up looking at the wrong map. Yeah, hold on a second. I'm trying to find the correct map to show you. Alright. So here is the main map you see. And going by the charts, you're currently in a place called Keoland. It's in the Azure Gulf, and you are in that middle section, in the middle of Keoland. That appears to be
I do not see a map, so.
It's on the road thing. Isn't that showing up? It's
Oh,
on
sorry.
Discord?
There, Discord. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, this map should look familiar. You've seen it before, but you saw it 1,000 years ago.
All right. So I would be seeing what?
you're at Keoland. You see the little dot that's in the middle of the Keoland map?
Yep.
Yeah, that's where you currently are. That's basically what the instruments are, and it's basically showing a large city.
So we're inland.
Yes, you're on an area with a wide river.
All right.
A wide deep river. It's not quite like the the length, the width of the Amazon or anything like that, but it's wide enough to allow wide and deep enough to allow ship transport. And you also see another map that appears to be of Madronis, which has the Midris River, which runs north to south, and then there is the East Midris River, which is going off to that. You are in the southeastern quadrant called the Lowers. There is the Uppers, which is across the bridge to the north. There is the Middle Island, which is which is across the bridge to the west, which appears to have the palace and places like the magic school, the museum, cathedral, basically a lot of the government and official-looking buildings. And then
Will steals the map.
Another bridge that goes to the west that has things like basically the rich part of town. It also appears to have ruins to a coliseum that you can see, and places like diplomats' quarters and like lots of fancy bougie houses and shops.
We'll just.
And there's also a tiny island off of the uppers that appears to be the prison.
Bunch of important landmarks and islands in the river. Got it.
Yes.
He rolls up the map, puts it in like an inside pocket, and shuffles out the door and goes to the next room.
Right. And I will be right back. I really have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Time
Fuck!
to steal everything.
Fuck!
Sorry, Phaedra, the curse is back.
Fuck! That
Don't
also
worry.
means other people are back. That's not a good thing for her.
Was the curse affecting people of this world?
So here's the thing. The bugbear just said that it's gone as far as Orin. Orin is the city that we're in, isn't it? In Out of the Abyss? Isn't that where we are? On the coast? I can't remember the name of the city.
Good question. I'm asking
the bugbear next. Where's Orin?
I don't know.
We're on the map. We're
on the
just
map,
next to the just next to those islands in that inland sea.
Yeah, that's Orin, right?
Yeah, I think that's where our bugbear friend Lancelot is,
Yeah.
and we were out in the
Yeah.
sea.
I can't
That's-
read the map very well. It's too small.
Yeah, I can't read it either. That's not far away at all.
No.
If it's that south, because the Azure Mountains are right there, that is not far at all. That means if somebody dies, they are dead.
Hey, reminder of no question. How many of everyone here has died before?
No one.
Is it-
Oh,
Are you sure, Phaedra?
no. Oh shit, Will!
Hello.
No!
oh,
No!
What? What's going on? What happened?
Fuck this world, we're leaving! No! No.
Finding
I am
out
not-
if you go too far south.
I am like so
you're gonna have a big
confused right
problem.
now.
yeah.
South or north? Where's Orin? I thought Orin was north.
No, Orin is south of you.
It's south of us.
It's that little south area that is right south of the Feldenbrout Mountains, which is the mountains to the south of Kiel, on the southern border of
The map is a bit small too.
Yeah, it's hard for me to see.
If you open
My
up
bad
in
eyes.
in a it doesn't
Oh, the
help, really.
original. That's right. Yeah,
It
hold
doesn't
on.
really
And I
help.
can't
It's
read
still
anything.
blurry, but
Yeah, but it is nicely detailed.
yeah, we are up in that trifecta of the river crossing, just beneath Keoland, and Orin is the city just west of that mountain range below it.
Well, it's a little southwest, I guess.
Southwest, but west. Yes.
So we're in the center?
Yes, we're up
Keel.
there, just beneath Keel, in Keel land.
Mhm.
And a very
Oh.
wide river area.
Yeah.
And
Not the center of
Orin's
the mass, but we're
and,
up.
And apparently, it looks like from that thing, the Felderbrant Mountains is Orin is like the northernmost extremity of the curse, supposedly. You don't know how far east it goes. You don't know how far south of Chult it might be, but it's definitely not up north of the Felderbrant Mountains, which is at the southern end of the Azure Gulf. If you wanted to leave the Gulf by a ship going that way, you might be able to sneak around up the northern area and just go around that way.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time
There's
figuring out where
know
we
that,
are.
or you
Not
can
gonna
travel
lie.
down the river to the
Don't worry, I know where we
south
are.
and hope
Okay.
that the curse
see the
doesn't go
Keel
too far
land?
east.
Yes.
You see the little right underneath Keelan that intersection of three rivers?
Yes.
That's where we are.
Okay. And then where's Orin in relation to that?
Orin is
Southwest of that.
Is that little pink bump out that you see there? That's the area of Orin.
Okay, so that was Orin that I thought. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's south of it's the southern point of the Azure Gulf.
Okay, and where the Rot Mountains, wherever the fuck, are they on the east?
Felderbrant Mountains is to the north of that.
Okay,
That's
so the white.
that little Sun Mountains right there.
Oh wait, is it the Felderbrant or is that the other one? Hold on, let me double check my map. I might have reversed mountains, but still, that's the mountains there. They're the ones.
Sorry, I have real bad eyes and I can't.
I have real. I drew this map and I have real bad eyes. The problem is that resolution sucks on this particular map.
Come on, guys.
The map is great, but it's sorry. That's the Argunth Mountains, not the Felderbrant Mountains. The Felderbrant Mountains are the ones that are the west of Exeter. This is the Arganthum Mountains. That's what so retconning. That's what I was saying. I was saying that it's definitely not north of the Argunth Mountains, which are the southern extremity of Keelland.
Okay, I know where we're talking about. Still, stay by my statement. That's not that far.
I am. I'm good at remembering location, location,
Okay.
as in. I can remember a map in my head, but
Okay.
I'm terrible with names.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay.
So you guys interrogate this bartender now and learn as much as possible. We'll continue to steal.
Okay.
Okay, so what are you guys doing in the bar?
Phaedra is obviously having a reaction.
Phaedra is panicking.
To the alcohol.
She'll order another just an ale and ask the bartender. So this death curse that you talk of, where is this Orin? Where are these mountains? How close is it? How many miles? And she's getting very like anxious.
He gives you an amount for how far away the Arganthum Mountains are, which doesn't seem too bad, all things considered. And he says, "Well, Orin, if I was to travel by sea right now, that would probably be 4 or 5 days at the most from here. On sea travel."
Wait, I have a more important question. How far away is Chult from here?
Oh, that's much further away. He thinks, and he quotes an amount. I am terrible with distances, but it's many more days by sea to get to Chult.
Out of character, is that the peninsula that's peeking out on the left-hand side of this map?
Yep, that's the peninsula, the southern portion of the map. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay, cool.
Well, it's I mean, it's kind of an island because there's a strait between that and the rest of Meeg, but
That's the area. Got
yeah.
it. Okay. So Vash, is it?
You know. Yes, Vash.
Phaedra, Hero to Stoneheart. Pleasure to meet you.
He reaches out one of his big hands and gives you a shake.
Sorry you've come on such rough times. We were actually not from around here.
You said you were stationed in Chilp for a while.
Well, yes, but we're from a different. Yeah, you're right. I was stationed in Chult for a while. We're trying to I don't know. Do you know of anybody who's been causing a lot of, I don't know, problems on the ocean or
Well, first off, which ocean?
Hmm, that's a good point. I don't know any of the oceans around here.
And he basically says, well, there's to the west. He says, well, actually, nobody sane ever goes to the ocean the west. There's these. It's often referred to as the Chaos Ocean because you get lost there forever with in the Chaos Islands, and the Threekin is actually nodding rapidly at that. Well, he smiles. Well, that's not always true. Some of us used to sail that area back in the day, but it was not a good plan. We used to get too close to it, and people get lost there all the time. You don't really want to go west. And if anybody is causing trouble there, well, keep them there. That's a good plan. Um, Across the way, if you go all the way to the east, if you were to sail around, the hold on, wrong map. Need my other map. Sorry, I have too many maps. And I forgot to mark where this one was. Come here, map. Where are you, map? Oh, right, because it's in that book. Sorry. I have some of these maps scattered in different places, and it's like I keep forgetting where I put them. My bad, guys.
No worries. Take your time.
So yeah, that would be the Guserum Ocean. He says, off to the east.
I mean, I'm sure somebody who's been around here, like, how long have you been in doing business in the city?
In this city, maybe two. Let's see, what day is it? He looks over at the other one, and she seems to. That one seems to. The Threekin seems to think something at him, and like, oh, right. Well, if it's renewal 41 now, we've been here since I want to say Quare 80. Does that sound about right? Kind of nod, looks over there. Yeah, Quare 80. So that's yeah. I know it's the Everest calendar. That's what we use. Because Keelan might have its own months, but yeah, I prefer the Everest calendar myself. So that would be what, 2 maybe 3 Keelan months. He shrugs. That's like, yeah, 50 days maybe. Oh yeah, so that would be 2 months in Keeland. Yeah, their system of monthing is weird. I don't understand it. I prefer seasonal.
Any tales of anybody wielding, I don't know, powerful swords? On the,
Swords?
people coming around and drinking and talking. Anybody telling tales of that sort of thing? She's just sipping her
No, I
beer.
haven't. and there's a
Hmm.
good expression on the Thrikin's. The Thrikin is like very scarred up, and it seems to be. It suddenly like puts its drink down and kind of curls up its limbs against each other, and Vash seems to like whip his head around to it in alarm and says, Roka, are you okay? And the Thrikin holds up a hand for a moment, and Vash just looks at the one named Roka and looks back at you guys and back again. Roka kind of nods and then turns towards you, Phaedra. Says, that that triggered a memory. I rarely get those memory flashes, but I remember. I remember a really strange sword. One was held by Captain Zram. She would swing it, and it would cause a huge gust of wind that would propel her ship faster than anyone else. And Brokash triggers, and Dash says, Zram. Zram had a sword like that. You remember? Oh, Rokam, I know. You actually remembered something, and it seems to be tearing up. You so long don't remember anything. And he goes quiet, and he's just like, has grabbed one of her one of Roka's hands, and is just like holding it.
This I'm mm, I'm s- I'm s- I'm sorry if or I'm glad you remembered. I'm sorry if it brings back a bad memory, but it's hmm. Can you tell us more about this captain?
Vash takes over at this point. Yeah. Zram is one of, and then he kind of grimaces and says, "Pirate captain of all captains, captains." Figures. She operates somewhere in that region, far to the east, but she used to have dealings with people over in this direction. But that's where she chased us to anyway. And we refused to submit to her. That was ages ago. That's why I retired. I didn't. And he kind of looks at you guys. Look, I don't know. I don't know what you guys do for a living, but we. And he kind of looks back at Ruka. We used to, well, be pirates. Long time ago. Ruka doesn't remember. We were never the bad sort of pirates, if you get me. We used to, take on some rather nasty governments and steal from the very rich, and we didn't go around killing people. We would, board a vessel, take stuff, get away on fast ships, that sort of thing. But the pirate captain of all captains, she's ruthless, and she has her other captains under her who serve her loyally. And she tried to get us. Well, no, she tried to get Roka to join her, but Roka refused and chased us down, and we got separated. And then he kind of shakes his head. If you're going after Zram, you have to be really, really careful.
Phaedra nods.
So you're
Go for it.
so you're saying if we get enough renown as pirates, she will come and try to recruit us.
Well,
That's
yes.
one way to
If
think
you
of it.
kind of looks you guys over. It's like, well, yes. Though it and kind of looks at glances briefly at Urk, and then looks at the rest of you and says, she would probably want you to sacrifice that one to show her loyalty to her.
She would want
So-
us to sacrifice the Dragonborn?
He nods. Well, to kill your male crew member.
Oh, she's one of those pirates.
Well,
Her to be
looks
fair,
at Viren.
Sorry, I forgot Viren was there.
I was like,
Oh, him too.
I'm learning more.
No. Let's be real. Let's be real.
I'm
Would
learning more.
they know? Would they know? I don't
You're
know.
gonna pass.
Like-
Viren's just sitting at the bar, drinking some wine, twirling his long hair. Like,
Yeah, we'll put it in the dress. It'll be fine.
No, I was like genuinely like, am I learning something about Viren right now?
Oh, I can't believe Chris.
I just pictured like Viren's like looking like very insulted by this.
I completely forgot Viren was there.
I know.
Oh, swirling his wine, twirling his hair. Pretty boy elf.
checking out
Ain't
his
nothing wrong
nails
with
and
that.
long eyelashes.
Yeah, you know, there's nothing wrong with being gender neutral.
He could be
No,
potentially.
of course
he could be
not.
potentially. Well, to be fair, the other one is a bard and a dragonborn. Dragonborn don't have those sort of characteristics anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, but he would have said Viren as well. I'm sorry. I
Okay.
genuinely
No.
forgot he was sitting there.
It was just funny.
Is she one of those pirates with an eye patch? Because else we could like dress them up and she wouldn't notice.
Thanks.
No, wait.
Miriam? Who knows at this point? But if you're talking about the pirate captain of all captains, as she calls herself, I don't remember. She has a big fancy hat, and she's, well, like me, she's a bugbear. But unlike me, she's from, well, actually, my culture wasn't that much better. There are places in the Far East where gender bias comes into play. It's not pretty.
Well,
Can be just
here's
as bad as certain rumors I've heard about the Drow down in the south.
Well, they're a lovely bunch.
is Fake just gonna look around? Are they the only people in this bar casino?
Yep. Yeah. You guys are the only people in the bar other than Vash and Roka. And from what you understand, Roka is a friend of Vash. So
Mm-hmm. Here's what I suggest. I think that there might be something advantageous in us maybe combining forces. I think we have some information for you that may be helpful, and I think that you might be able to help us as well. And we'd be able to make it worth your while if you're needing certain services or funds.
I mean, can't we just protect them from the angry pirate lady?
Well, that's what I'm thinking, Lenisa. I just want to. Here's what I think. I think we need. I think our. If you. Yeah. We need to take out this pirate captain. Plain and simple. We need her sword.
Yeah. I mean, we can ask for it, or maybe just steal it.
Pretty sure she's not going to give it up, Lunisa.
I can just go in there and take it, and then just go out, probably.
I mean, with your power, you and Will combined, I'm not questioning that at all.
roll an intelligence check for me.
Which one?
Phaedra? Or Lunisa?
Can it be investigation? No, probably just straight up into.
Alright. No further info coming from GM.
Well, there's a problem with that.
If only Logan Keane was here, he could charm the pants of that lady pirate.
What Lawgraf sorry, she would go. So she wouldn't say his name. What our friend said.
What was
They
that?
either had to give us the weapon, or
Oh,
not.
right.
Or what?
They're bound, right? Isn't that right?
Essentially.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just so we definitely need to stab her hard.
Hmm. So I feel like we. Mm. Cinder is going to crawl off of Phaedra's shoulder and put a hand on just like Shiori's arm. And she's going to telepathically communicate. Need find Will. He no steal from these people.
Meanwhile, Will,
You're asking the
back
impossible.
yourself
I know.
going the other direction, into more of the interior of the ship. You have discovered the captain's personal quarters.
Ooh,
You have
stuff.
a lovely
Oh, God.
bed. You have there's even a passage going back that seems to lead to a complicated waste disposal unit. Basically a bathroom that actually roots down into the bilge, or out of the ship or anything like. Basically a way of
An escape route.
potentially for someone like you. But I'm echoing somewhere. Shuttle. Okay. So it's a lovely bed. It's long because bugbear. There is a writing desk that's fixed to the floor. There are some nice little rugs. There is a chest of drawers. Um, um, there's a wardrobe that seems to have things hanging up in it. That's like slightly open, so you can just peer into it without moving anything. Let's see what else is in there. There's a window looking outside.
Huh. Alright. Where are the papers? Any papers around here? And he kind of tries to lift the mattress in the bed, see if there's anything hidden. Checks the shoes. Is there anything in the shoes?
Mattress check. So roll strength. Make a strength check.
Oh boy.
Chocolate coins.
And alley oop.
You are a
What
strong
the
gnome.
fuck?
It's the mattress.
Mattresses are heavy as fuck.
Not if you left it on the correct spot, apparently.
Yeah, you found the right spot and are carefully lifting it up. And you do find a hollow underneath this mattress that's going into the base part of the bed that appears to be a small safe.
I fucking knew it. Alright. Small safe. How do I crack this open? I don't have any thieves' tools. How small is the safe?
It looks like it's bolted into the frame.
How bolted into the frame?
It would take a while to dismantle the frame to get it out.
Darn. Is there a combination safe or is it key?
I am seeing a combination safe with a key hole in it.
That's too time consuming. No papers, obvious papers around.
Roll an investigation check. You can't find any. Perhaps your attention is all drawn to the safe that you discovered in the bed.
Please tell me about that later.
Perhaps if I get my friend Bob the Boulder in here.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
No. I could heat the metal, but then I would burn the mattress and it would. I got a map, it's enough. Should I? Maybe. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk back.
All right. So you going all the way back to the into the main tavern room?
Yeah, I guess it's going to have to use a wild shape to get under the door again.
Okay. So
And
right when you finally get back, that's when Cinder is, alerting Phaedra about about Will stealing, or the worries there.
We're just trying to find Will. She wouldn't know that he was stealing stuff, just being like,
I will.
we need to find Will.
It's Will. You're assuming he's stealing stuff.
so, Will, you're still invisible, goes back to being normal gnome, walks out the door, looks around. Is anyone looking this way?
Roll perception check.
Oh, sorry, advantage.
People don't seem to be really paying attention to this area. There are some people passing by, but it's mostly like dock workers carrying boxes and stuff.
Will kind of like hunkers down and goes, suddenly gnome. And then he walks in. Ah, there you are!
Will.
Oh, another
Found
customer.
him.
I'm not buying any of yours, Will.
Oh. That's not Swill. Why are you here if you're thinking it's all Swill?
I'm here for them.
He's one of ours. Will, meet Vash and what was the other person's name? I didn't write it down.
Roka.
Shit. What?
Her name is Roka. Vash Supplies.
Roka.
That's Roka.
Vash-
Got it.
They seem to have information regarding an evil pirate captain who has the sword we're looking for. Had a nasty run-in with him, and one of Roka remembered some important details.
Huh.
Years ago.
All right.
They're really good people.
Uh-huh.
I'm picturing Phaedra giving Will the mother.
Will countering it with the grandpa look.
Uh-huh.
No, this is the mother look. This is the daughter who won't put up with her father's BS.
Shenanigans.
Her elderly father's shenanigans. Yeah.
And the elderly father is just getting away with teaching the grandchildren something bad again.
Yeah, exactly.
Phaedra will turn to Vash and she'll turn to the group first. Is everybody okay with us just laying all our cards out on the table? Not literally, but just saying, I think we let them know.
All the cards?
I mean, yeah.
All?
Maybe not all.
Okay, good.
Looks to Lunisa, Urk, Viren, and Shuri.
Maybe not all, but
Hey, Varen, look at your cards, bro.
I kind of really want to take that card.
You're not allowed that card.
It's Biddy's card.
It is.
I mean, I'm fine
He
with
has yet to
laying all
use
the
it.
cards.
I mean, not all our cards, but
how about this? Vash, do you mind if we, not to be rude, but we're just, can we just have a seat over at this table over here and just discuss some things real quick?
Sure.
And
Mhm.
go over to one of the empty tables and just so that way we can just sit and talk.
Why did 3 people try and steal the bloody card?
Because chaos reigns.
Okay, so the moment we're out of earshot, Willisier's gonna go, I stole a map and there's a safe up there.
Okay. I think we need to trust these people. I think that we might be able to. I
I
don't
don't know. I wouldn't trust someone with
Why?
who
Because they
doesn't
have a map and it's safe?
No, they don't have a map. I have it.
I mean,
We're having problems with this.
well,
Sorry, let's
No,
go.
no.
Let's move on with the yes.
no. Okay, so okay, I think that maybe we rely on them. We tell them that we're here to get the sword. Maybe tell them. I don't know if we should tell them that we're from a different world or not,
Alright.
but
No,
no.
we just tell
No,
them.
that'd
Just
be
tell them.
too.
No, don't
That's
overcomplicate
just-
things.
That's
Okay.
the one thing I think we should definitely keep to ourselves.
All they
Okay.
need to know is that we're here for the sword, and they're probably going to be pleased that we're taking it from someone who's awful. I take it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And apparently would want to sacrifice anybody of that is of the male persuasion.
No, that would be very bad for Urk.
Um.
And very.
Right.
Oh, well, I didn't know.
Oh no, I wouldn't be able to be sacrificed. I'm not there. My gender is null.
Mm.
There's no.
My gender is gnome.
No, I am gnome. I sexually
am gnome.
identify as a gnome.
um. Okay, so we do we see if we could I thought maybe we could see if they could take us east? Like is there I you said you found a map. Is there a river going east?
One going north, one going east, one going southwest out into the ocean. There's a bunch of islands in the city and lots of districts, and seems old.
You know they're probably if we use them as they're probably going to need that map back.
Well, good for them. I did them a favor. I found it.
Oh my god.
Okay, so we tell them we're here to get the sword. We need it for, or we're just here to. I mean, I mentioned the sword. They know we're looking for it, so
Mhm.
we'll tell them that we're going after the sword, and we'll take out the captain, and that way, that'll be good.
Yes, and I'm sure they'd be happy to leave this place once we tell them that they have a bounty on them from the local crime lord.
That's
we-
what I was thinking as well.
Can we triple cross them?
What? No. Why are we crossing anybody?
Would be more
Trip.
fun.
No.
Wow.
We have one
Would be
objective.
more.
We stick to that objective.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
the sword, right?
Get the
Yeah.
sword, get out. Oh wait, actually, there's not a sword on this world.
Yeah, we need the other sword too. But
Are we
the
going for that sword?
Jungles.
Are we doing the double deal?
yeah. By the way, where did they she starts fiddling with her fingers. Didn't they say that the light sword was in the south?
And jungles, yes.
Yeah, but
Okay.
shouldn't we
Oh,
first?
let's just go there then.
I mean,
No.
let's get the water sword first, and the light swords.
Yes.
I mean,
No.
same difference.
There's a situation that's rising here that I need to let you all know about.
Okay. How would you know a situation here?
Because apparently I don't know if this is where I was stationed or where I don't know, but the situation that I was, what Vash talked about Chult. Will, you weren't here. You might want to sit down for this.
Okay.
So I'm guessing Chult. It's a peninsula island. I don't remember, but I was stationed there for a year with the Order of the Gauntlet. It was a faction out of Waterdeep, and I was stationed there for a while, and we were investigating a problem. A lot of our members that had fallen in combat and been resurrected, they were getting sicker and sicker and dying. And I was stationed there trying to uncover information, artifacts, what have you. I was there for a while, and I ended up finding another party after, um, well, some of you know what happened um, when my main troop was killed. Found another group, and we were searching for the lost city of Omu, and there was this thing called the Soulmonger that was either a part of, like, we never figured it out, but it's something to do with the thing that Vash mentioned, the death curse. Anybody who's been resurrected with resurrection magic, it seems to suck their life force away.
Yeah, but you said you were in on with the Order of the Gauntlet based out of Waterdeep. Waterdeep isn't in this world.
Well, apparently
that's
Could the
Chult
name
is.
not just override?
Huh?
Could the names just not be the same?
It doesn't matter about Chult. It's the death curse, Will. It's here. It's south of Orin, as far as Orin and the mountains. And I talked to Vash, and it's not very far away. And I,
Mm-hmm.
you told me.
And it's down. Looks at, kind of sneakily takes out the map. So it's down there, and you're not sure if maybe we'll go into it.
I don't know where this jungle is, but if it's south of that mountain range and she'll point, it could affect you. And I don't want that. But I'm sorry, I'm just having a hard time. I wasn't expecting to.
It's a death curse. What's the worst that could happen?
Death.
Been there, done that. Oh, by the way, people, if you didn't know, I've already died once.
Sorry, I'll
Surprise!
like I said before, and I'll say it again. Sorry, I'm just selfish, and I don't want to lose you, Will. That's all. I don't want to lose anybody.
I don't want to die, necessarily.
And to be fair, I don't know much about this death curse, but I would wager a lot to say dying to it would be bad.
Yeah, oh, that was another part. I forgot. Yeah, resurrection magic doesn't work. So if you die, like say
Good.
Rhiannon did. Oh, well, glad you're happy.
I wouldn't say good. There's very few reasons resurrection wouldn't work.
Look,
I'm just letting you know we have a situation to the south that we will probably have to deal with whenever we go for the light sword. That's all.
okay.
That's all. I'm
So-
not saying that we need to deal with it now. I'm just saying if we go south or too far to the east, that's something that we're going to deal with, and we have to go east as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, no,
So
that's
I
fine.
wanted
So,
everybody to know.
so our plan is murder pirates.
It's
Go
too far to the
find
west, by the way.
Oh, to the west? Okay, then.
go find light swords and do not die 'cause curse.
Yes. That is a very, very succinct and easy way of putting it.
Well, all right.
Do I
Well,
have permission to murder the pirate with the sword at any moment.
Well, no, wait, no.
But
We
it
need
doesn't
to
sound
try.
like this part is a good person.
Weren't we just told she murders people?
Yes.
Do I have permission? Raising my
I
hand
think
like
that
a
if
kid.
we could try the diplomatic route, that is always best. But
You guys always
Ah.
with your diplomatic routes. No fun.
Hmm.
I mean, if
You know
she,
what? Considering this is the cause that we are gathering the swords for, I'm just gonna say yes. I think Larissa should stab her.
if she's going around and she's just killing people for sake of killing and stealing for the sake of stealing, like I understand like what Vash was saying. They didn't murder anybody. I'm learning this now that it isn't cut and dry like lawful and bad. Like there are gray areas. I'm learning this.
Yeah, but
But
didn't the person earlier tell us that if we try to get in there as friendly co-pirates, we needed to murder these two guys?
said that
Like,
we would probably have to, and I'm not going to sacrifice anybody. She
yeah,
can go fuck herself.
so she's not a good person, right?
True, but we're also taking that everything that they said at face value. We don't know the entire facts. We have what two individuals that we just met just told us.
That's good enough for me.
Hmm. So
No.
keep it in the chamber. Looks at Lunisa. Probably permission granted, but let's wait a tick, okay?
Well, if the if the opportunity is golden, I'm gonna go for it. But if by any miracle of chance it would seem like anything is wrong with my plan, I will wait
Just need to make sure
a
we
minute.
have all the information. That's
Wow,
all.
that is Larissa really restraining herself.
1 minute.
One whole minute.
Holy crap!
Thank you,
Oh
Lunisa.
my lord.
I appreciate that.
And speaking about the gray area you were talking about, Phaedra, technically, yes, this map is in my possession, but it hasn't left the premises yet.
Are these people good people?
I'm not getting a sense, but I don't know. I haven't really thought about it much. Truthfully, I got thrown off whenever they mentioned Chilton the Death Curse.
There's a safe underneath the mattress in the main bedroom. Maybe we can find some dirt on them in there.
I will go check it out.
No, wait, no.
Oh
It's
my
both a combination safe when it requires a key.
Looney, no.
Give them
Thanks on the table.
No to none of that, please. Thank you. What's
What
not?
exactly is it?
Y'all are gonna add years to my life.
It's not like I have a plus.
And we're gonna add years.
Make me older. I said it wrong.
What's wrong with being
yeah.
old?
There's nothing wrong with being old, Will.
You're a dwarf. You have many years left in you.
Let's not anger the one ship people we know.
Take their
I thought
shit.
you said shit there for a second.
Chris,
I agree.
with
I
my
agree, Shiori.
perception, can I make a guess to how many people are on the ship?
Sure. Roll a perception check. You think it's you guys plus the two at the bar.
That's everyone on the whole ship?
Yep.
There are just two guys here. We can just take the ship.
Do you know how to pilot a ship?
We are not stealing a ship.
can pay them to be our ship people.
That's
Oh
what
my
I
God.
was gonna offer.
God damn it, Lanissa, you stole my idea. Good job.
Thank you.
This is quite the conversation.
Are they like the captains of the ship? Was the safe in the captain's room?
I don't know. Fancy room. Guess it was the captain's.
How about we claim to buy the ship and buy them? Then it's our safe.
No.
It's a stuff in it that won't
hurt
be
a
asked,
lot of
though.
people in a moment.
Okay.
Listen, I say we rely on these people. If
I
they can
agree.
get us out of, just let them know that there's a crime lord after them, and they will want to leave, and then we can have them take us with them.
Different question. The two people who are on the ship, are they both female?
No, I don't think so.
It's unfortunate.
What the hell are you talking about?
Now we can join the pirate crew and we can get closer so we can stab her quicker.
I think
Oh!
We don't need to join the pirates. We don't need to find a pirate captain.
Damn,
Oh my god.
Why are
it's
we making this
pirate
more
people.
complicated?
Now you want us to sail into a bunch of pirate ships that are with us.
maybe
Then
if we
we're
go
apart.
out in, maybe if we take this ship out into the seas and we just blast a couple of pirate ships, we get her attention.
Remember one simple fact. This ship is wanted by her.
Perfect.
The
We can
moment we set sail, they're going to come after us, regardless of what we are.
Yeah,
Perfect.
but we'll say we took the ship and we're bringing it to her, and then we'll get to see her. Then we'll
Wait.
get stab her.
Was the bounty by her? I thought it was by the other casino.
It was
No,
by the
that
other
was the
casino in the town.
But we remember what he said. He retired a couple years back because of she refusing to join her.
Right. Sorry, I got sidetracked.
Oh,
You're
I
right.
didn't hear about that. All right. Well, perfect.
He might be reluctant to leave for that reason.
Now, who says we need to take him with them? Just pay for the boat.
Oh.
Okay, let's just how about this? We just ask and see where we go from here. But no talk of murdering people, no talk of stealing stuff or actual stealing stuff. Just
Pirates,
please be civil for a minute. We just got here.
pirates, they understand and respect
My god.
not listening.
Will,
I'm
can
just
I
gonna
have that
go and
map?
stand in the corner and not be noticed.
No,
I will
Will!
try,
What?
I will try your way first. Okay, I'm gonna be with Will, and we're gonna behave. You guys.
Bullshit, you are. Cinder
I will-
immediately prances over and just lands on Lunice's shoulder.
I mean, I was going to behave, but I mean,
Behaving, yes.
Will, would you mind if I have that map?
Oh my god.
of course, Phaedra. Here you are. Here's the map. I am so close to scream out that you stole the map from him.
You can bring this thing back, right? I point at Cinder.
You
Why?
kill my dragon, I
That's not a good
will
idea,
have an
Lunissa.
issue with you. Her
I'm just
eyes
saying-
glow
Oh
blue.
my lord.
Saying if
I-
like someone shot a cannonball at me and like I got hit and it got hit in the
Lowers her head
crossfire,
down and starts growling a bit.
Why would I get hit by a cannonball? What's a
I don't
cannonball, by the
know.
way?
It's like a big chunk of metal that like gets shot at you.
Cinder
gonna
licks the
s-
side of Lunice's face.
Oh god.
Not
I'm just gonna
looking used.
stand
Listen,
next to-
Alyssa, let's calm down for a second and then do some shenanigans tomorrow.
You
So
will.
stay
Oh.
with those two and keep my eye directly on those two.
See, I pushed up the shenanigans till tomorrow, Fedra. Don't need to worry.
Oh my god. I just can't.
Uh,
And she's gonna walk back over to what's his to Vash. And she's going to be sheepishly clutching the map in her hands.
He kind of blinks confusedly at you and looks at the map and kind of wrinkles his hairy brow. Ah, where did you get that?
First off, let me say how sorry I am. We're an interesting group of individuals. But honestly, we didn't know whether or not we just arrived here and received word, and we didn't do due diligence prior to basically starting our operations. Um, uh, if you would have a moment to talk with me, I just first wanted to, just as a sign of good faith, uh, just return this back to you. It is yours.
He takes it from you gently and still seems to be frowning.
As a sign of good faith, I wanted to talk to you about see the reason why we were conferring. We had received information that there was a bounty out on the ship, possibly from a competitive casino, something a little bougie, called something with an eye, the Lucky Eyes.
His eyes
Eh,
actually go wide at that, and then he kind of frowns.
We
Right.
hear me out. Hear me out. This is here. Here, I will buy you a drink. Slides a gold across the bar. I will buy you a drink, and we will share some ale, and we will have a discussion. If you would be privy to do so.
He nods slowly and takes the money.
So we just arrived here, and we have a little bit of a mission. We didn't know where to start, and we were given this information. We came aboard to check things out, and we have a variety of skill sets. Some, actually, all of us are skilled in pretty amazing ways, really. And some of us are sneakier than others, and
Well, clearly, because I was standing right here the whole time, and yet somebody managed to get up into the bridge.
we were just gathering information, and it seems very advantageous that our paths are aligned. You were talking about this pirate captain, Captain Zram. Zram? Is that right?
Zram, yes.
Zram. And the sword that this apparently lovely individual who you described is something that we are seeking. Wanted to see if you would maybe like to come out of retirement. Seems with a possible bounty on this ship, and also not a whole lot going on in ways of clientele, unfortunately, other than us, it seems.
Yeah.
Maybe we
Well,
can make it worth your while.
part of it's my employees seem to have jumped ship, so to speak.
Mm.
I don't currently have a crew. I mean, Roka and I can probably manage a bit of the, but if anything happens on the ship, you'd kind of be stuck.
Well, a few of us were actually not exactly trained, but have a little bit of experience being on an airship, we would be willing to learn and help help you sail.
Did you say airship?
Yeah, something new technology out of the city that we were in. Very
I know
experimental.
somebody who has an airship. He used to
Oh,
go drinking here when I was down in Orin.
oh, who's that?
His name's Jack. Jack Surrier.
Sparrow.
I actually named him before well before that movie came out. So these characters are 20 plus years old. But
Interesting.
sorry, that's me talking out of character when you said that.
No, you're good.
But yeah, his name's Jack Surrier. Not sure where he'd be this time of year. I think he said something about going east, maybe going to Estevis, maybe going all the way to Glamourpool. He has an airship.
Are there rivers that lead east towards the waterway in that direction?
And he thinks we're right. I'm actually looking at one of the maps right now.
And towards the sea where this pirate captain would be too.
Well, there's no direct waterway to Estevis. And I'm not sure. Well, the road is to the east, down there to Estevis. I'm not sure how far the death curse has gotten. From what I understand, it hasn't extended too far to the east. It's mostly on the west, along the coast, which is Orin and to the south, but it might be as far to the east as most of Delator. But
We do
Estevis may or may not be safe. I don't know.
in regards to the death curse.
Can you repeat
Okay.
what you said, please?
In regards to the death curse, you mean? Death curse? Sorry.
Yeah. Yes, in regards
Okay.
to the death curse. Estevis itself, I've never been. I've heard of it. I'm used to sailing around the Azure Gulf and sometimes into the Manzella Sea, but not too far to the west. You know, don't want to hit the Chaos Islands, and well, I would never get the ship down south past the Strait of Monsters. But I mean, I used to sail around the other side of Chult and through the Sea of Good Promise all the way to to the ocean to the east. But it's a long time ago.
Well, would you be willing to if there's is there a way to go around I'm worried about time
Hmm.
because we do have a little bit of a time situation.
How bad's your time situation?
Honestly, I don't know.
Then, all right.
We don't know how fast certain things are in motion. All we know is that we need to just stay on track. Um, I don't know. Well, if you can't take us east and you're suggesting the road is better,
Well, yes. If you think you want to go down to Estevis, this tell if you are planning on taking a trip there, and you find Jack, he's easy to recognize. He always okay, so easy to recognize is relative. He's very distinguished about always being masked because, well, his face since childhood has been so badly scarred, from what I understand. And you hear Roka's voice in your head, far worse than my scars. Uh, yes. That he doesn't feel comfortable outside of it. But, so just look for a man who's always in a black mask. and just look for Jack and tell him that that I said that you that I recommended him to you.
But if we were to go west and take longer, would you be willing to sail us around?
And you did say you have sailing experience, yes?
No.
Oh.
We would need to be taught, I think.
I might be
I
able
could
to,
be wrong.
but I might also need to find people willing to crew up a ship.
We would be willing to fund this expedition.
Yes. I'm not sure if anybody here in Madronis would want to leave, given the situations going on. But there's probably some settlements further to the west, along the Azure Gulf, on the northern end of the Azure Gulf, that might be more interested in coin. The only question is, how far west is the Death Curse thing? If we can go far enough west, we might be able to get around it. But there's also a chance of running into the Chaos Islands, and well, if you run into that, you're gonna get lost potentially forever. But Roque holds up a hand at that point, and you hear in your head, I might be able to navigate. I've been in the Chaos Islands. I was on I was on an island there for a long time, for several years before I found my way back out. And there are people living out there. Gosh,
Okay.
that's true. Roque might be able to navigate them.
Okay, then here. Fader's going to turn around on the bar stool and she'll just like give a whistle and just call everybody over. I think we should just decide as a group what the best course of action is moving forward.
The only problem is, and Fash holds up a hand, going west and trying to go as far away around as possible, away from Schult. Assuming that it did work, could take seasons to get through. You said you don't know how much time you have.
No, we don't. Fader will turn and just basically relay that information about east versus west to everybody. What do y'all think?
Which one is quickest?
East.
No. East?
East, we go down to Estivus, which we don't know is safe or not safe regarding to the death curse. But
Eh,
there's somebody.
At this point, Ruka also pipes up within your head, saying, "If you're talking quickest, teleportation might always be the quickest, but you have to talk with somebody who can get you to different places.
Oh,
And
I
you
didn't
still
even
need a
think
ship
about
to
that.
find the captain."
Ooh, I would just need to know the pattern.
What was that, Varen?
I would
Pattern.
just need for the teleportation circle.
You can
And,
teleport.
I mean, yeah.
Level 11, folks! Level 11!
I mean, I've had it since level 10, but okay.
But still,
Never been on a mission with Varen.
I know. He's never been able to do this.
Yeah.
Level 10,
Never,
Viren. Level 11,
like,
Viren.
teleportation circle has never come up before.
Oh, nice.
I,
All
when he
right.
landed, he was supposed to get, I believe, like, 2. Yeah. Where does it say what I'm trying to read? When you first gain the ability to cast a spell, which was a while ago, I just didn't want to bother Grizz about it. You learn the sigil sequence for 2 destinations under material plane. But yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, as long as I can figure out the pattern for where we're trying to go, I could set up a circle.
Okay. Well, then, where would you do you buy a pattern? Like, is it like a dress pattern? Like, is there a store for these, or do you?
Parent face
No.
palming.
No, I imagine it's more like a password, essentially, to a certain location.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That would be an apt way to put
So,
Guarded.
Is there something you can steal?
I mean, if you
Hmm.
if they have it written down somewhere, sure. But typically, no.
Hmm.
well,
Typically they'll just remember the pattern.
yeah, it wouldn't be written down. Well, there was a magic school and a magic library and a museum.
Magic school might have a way of teleportation.
Magic library might have all of the codes written down.
Hmm.
I mean, if we can get to that city and find this Jack the airship, would be our fastest route.
Very much so. Thank you
At least
for
for the
the
airship.
the suggestion, Roka. That's didn't even think about that. Baron, I didn't know you were so powerful.
I mean, teleportation isn't that great.
I mean, he's a real threat, this one.
What? I
What?
mean, being
What?
a I'm many thoughts running through my head at once.
Nah, I'm just messing with you.
But I mean, the
Baron is
ability
alright for a Windstar.
for a Windstar.
We'll talk about that right after this break.
Okay, cool.
Fuck you, Baron.
5-minute break.
I mean, it's very awkward that Will says that.
Fuck
Considering.
you, Baron.
Okay,
Uh,
I'm gonna go make a sandwich and bathroom and stuff. I'll be right back.
Same.
Okay, just let me know when you guys are back. Welcome back. Hello there. There you go. Sweet little guy. Everyone who's here is currently very quiet.
I'm actually a little bit tired, so
I kind of figured you've been
And-
quiet this whole time.
yeah.
You didn't even flinch when people were talking about sacrificing you.
They were gonna sacrifice me?
No. Maybe.
Yes. I mean, no.
Jesus Christ.
I was just curious about why Urk was completely quiet about that.
Hey, question, Gris.
I see. He's madly hitting his thing again. It's very loud. Go ahead, Will. What are you saying?
No, I'm just asking. Just after this game, do you want to hunt down a ghost?
Yes, I would.
Yes, I should go to bed, but I just got the itch to catch one ghost.
You actually get to catch a ghost or just identify a ghost?
No, I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna grab it and bring it out to the van.
Oh lord.
And then
Oh,
force Jesse into the van and kill him with it.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good.
oh my god.
Actually got so bad. I didn't dream about it, but I did stay up late and think about it.
Oh wow.
Since my Team of A game unfortunately got canceled at the last minute because I made a policy on like session 2 that okay, if we're missing at least 2 people, I'm if before the game starts that 2 people say that they can't make it, I'm going to cancel in case, because oftentimes a random person who doesn't say anything can't make it or is late or is has to leave early, so it's like really no point in running it at that juncture.
Yeah, you mentioned that yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I ended up watching a movie. It was some people on like Trast or something, whatever it's called.
I still can't believe I sat there in that game for 9.2 hours.
Yeah, yeah, that was kind of impressive. The good thing is that I actually got some more writing done on today's stuff. So it's like quests and NPCs and the original plan, which was assuming that you didn't decide at the last minute to go someplace other than Madronis, but there's going to be 3 goblins in that alleyway.
And all the stores and that we didn't visit.
I know the stores have been there since the last time our party
Ah,
ran
okay.
through Madronis. Except
And all
for
of these NPCs that we just walked past.
the bakery is new. The bakery is a new addition that was influenced by the people that were last playing in this
The
area.
curse of being the DM when you create something and it's not used.
Yeah, that's why I oftentimes generate it on the spot instead of like completely pre-plan everything, because
I do that, but with campaigns.
Yeah.
Bullshit, through and through.
Yeah, I mean, I've had notes on these swords for 2 years that I looked up from stuff that I had written about almost 20 years ago. Yeah, actually, about 20 years ago. I was.
I only have a post-it note behind my DM screen. It just says "Kill Quinton."
Would have been at 98 or 99, but I found the information. I was like, oh yeah, all this stuff about swords. I wonder if this plot will work on this. It's like, then it's like, the swords were contemporary with Tarstan. It's like, ooh, yeah, that's of course that's why the swords were created in the first place. They were created to combat the Tarstan, which I originally didn't realize was such a big threat until I recognized that its relationship with the Death Dragons. Like, oh, that makes sense now.
Oh, and reminder again. I know I said this yesterday, but more people are here. Daylight savings next week.
Mm-hmm.
Europe.
Yep, and next week you have a fun adventure. Either trying to fix that mast, or adventuring on an island, like sitting put and doing nothing. Those are all choices you have next week.
Yep, and daylight savings Europe.
Daylight saving time in Sweden began on Sunday, the 29th of March 2020 at 2 o'clock.
That is
Yeah, it's already daylight savings time here in Australia.
Queensland doesn't actually have daylight savings.
Yeah, but it did, technically speaking.
No, Queensland has never had daylight savings.
No, it kind of has, and it's affected my
No.
computer, which fucking sucks.
Yeah, it affects the computer, yes, because your computer's set to what, Eastern.
It's the worst fucking thing that the world has ever decided to use, and then it's like
something that no longer makes sense because it's no longer relative. People have digital clocks now.
it's like yeah, but it's for the farmers.
All it does is fuck with international business, because it's not standard across the world, and therefore it messes with business times and business calls international, because it's all international now.
Yeah, it's just so odd that some places go, oh, we're not using it, and so other places go, oh, we have this date, and other people go, no, this date.
Just imagine if you were on 2 different times in 2 different daylight saving
Oh.
times things. When you are working in remotely,
Are we all
and your
back?
boss is like, "Why haven't you logged in? You're an hour late to logging in." It's like, but it's the same time
Yeah.
on my clock as when I always log in. And that's a
I
problem now.
think is Quentin back?
Hello, I'm back.
Yeah.
Hey, Quinn's back.
Then we have everyone.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Jesse?
Yeah, just
He's
this
here.
episode.
Was
I know you were just talking, but just double checking.
Okay, so you guys have apparently made a decision as to what you're going to do.
Let's go. Split the group and go to the museum and the magic school.
They decided?
No.
Wait, what? My God, did they not decide that?
We're not splitting up?
Fuck's sake.
It is the middle of the day, by the way, out there.
Perfect time for stealing.
Yes, but
Oh.
yeah, if you want to arrange a heist, I will go fine with that. I'm the GM. I just set things up, and you guys decide what you want to do with them.
Did I just miss the last sentence or something? Because I was sure that we decided to go try to get to teleport and circle combination. Your Heinz is showing.
Stories of having flashbacks to
It
the
turns
last
out
quote
that
unquote
Heinz-
heist she ran into.
It turns out that Heinz is a complete master of disguise and has the ability to mirror image his disguised self, which is why you saw him and Will in the same place at the same time at one point.
Congrats.
My lord.
Should we check the school first?
I mean, they should also have some components needed for a circle.
I think that's a good idea.
You two behave. She looks at Will and Lenisa.
We're just gonna message Will and say, but if you could steal some red chalks, that would be nice.
Oh my god.
Will says out loud, Red Sharks got it.
Wait, what?
What?
Chalk?
What are you talking about, Will?
You know, Red Sharks, you know. On the river, could find some good chalk.
Insight.
Wow. I feel so trusted in this group. Yeah, no, Will is thinking about stealing.
No stealing.
Okay.
By the way, out of character, did Will ever tell me where the safe was?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he mentioned.
in detail.
Oh my god.
All right. So to the school we go. Vader will turn to Vash and Roka. Thank you for all the information you've given us, and I would be cautious about staying here given the bounty out. I would be careful.
Thank you for letting me know that. Would you prefer it if I stuck around for another day in case you change your mind about transport?
Yeah, that would be
All right.
yeah.
Then Ruka and I will be setting sail tomorrow morning.
Okay. Thank you again for everything. And we'll be in touch.
Well, safe journeys.
Vader nods. And we make our way towards the center area island of the city.
All right, you guys get down, leave the tavern, find yourself on back on the docks, and start heading north along them, passing by those lovely shops once more. Anybody like a description of the shops you pass by?
Sure.
Alright. Back to my shop listing page.
I want
Alright.
more nightmares.
So, let's see. In no specific order as to which ones you pass by. You pass by a shop called The Scaled Secret, a shop called Fishy Cupcakes, a shop called Enchanted Protection, a shop called Many-Legged Friends, a bar called Tiger Fancy, some kind of real estate office known as Seaside Cellar, and a restaurant called Best in Season.
So where's this school?
Alright.
I believe they
mean-
said it was the center area, like an island in the city.
Yeah,
in the
that's
middle.
what they said.
Yeah, don't we have a map for that? Oh no, we lost it, didn't we?
No, we gave it back.
Same thing.
Same thing.
No,
Back to them.
I know exactly where it is.
It's okay. I took this and Will kind of reaches for the pocket.
What the hell did you take?
Oh my.
I'm just kidding. I didn't take anything else.
Narrow's eyes.
Alright. So, you reach the bridge that's at the north. There's two bridges actually at the north end of the docks. One heading north across the river there, and one heading west across the river there, as you seem to be in a junction space for rivers. As you look across this area, you start seeing banners hung with these red banners hung up tall on what looks like lamp posts and such. And you see various various parts of the bridge as you're passing over it. Like the bridge area is tall to keep people from like bumping each other over the bridge and that sort of thing. Like a halfling and or a dwarf and a gnome, that sort of thing, probably couldn't see over the bridge because it's tall enough that to keep like some of the taller races from accidentally being bumped over the side. But the stonework on the bridge seems to be flush with banners and some places graffiti that seem to be saying things like vote this person or vote that person, or what was it? Confirm High Chancellor. Let's see, what's her name? Confirm High Chancellor Fen for a full term, and all sorts of things like that, all along this bridge. And it seems like rather recent, like people are in the middle of an election. As you get across to the center island, the middle district, this area is far cleaner and not anywhere near as odorific as the docks, which were laden with the smell of dead fish and all that, probably from the guttings of the fish. This area is clean, and the people here are much better dressed. You don't see the kind of you don't see beggars on the street like you did back on the docks. You see clean, orderly streets. You see guards in wearing special gold tabards, walking around, keeping your eyes on things. Most of them seem to be a mix of human, including like half orcs and lizard folk, all wearing these armor and tabards. The huge center building, and of course the middle of this is the Grand Palace, where the most center, the majority of the guards seem to be concentrated. But to the south is a rather large cathedral. To the west appears to be various government offices. To the northeast, well north of the bridge, is you can see the spires of what you think might be the museum and possibly the library, and the whole northern section of this island seems to be covered by what appears to be a single structure, but it is covered in turrets and wings and towers, and is just screaming really old magic school.
Oh, my kind of place. Let's go there. And starts walking towards it. No hesitation.
I'm Viren. Do you know where you're going? Have you been here?
Nope.
You just assume that's the thing.
Will is whistling the Harry Potter theme.
Oh my lord.
I can fix that. 1 second.
Can I make a check for thief scans?
Sure.
Perception,
Roll investigation for me.
Eagle Eye doesn't help with that. Wait, don't I have something else? Though I have eyes of minute seeing. I have eyes of minute seeing, though. That gives me advantage. Wait, can I roll at the same time? That's a question. Can I have one of each eye in, Chris?
Oh my
You
god.
just get advantage. That's it.
Yeah, but I have eyes of the eagle, and then I have eyes of minute.
All you get is advantage. That doesn't stack.
No, but there are advantages on investigation, and one is advantage of perception.
You're using investigation on this in this case.
Yeah, no, but the question is, because both of those are technically goggles, I think, or like lenses
But
you
you can
put in.
pull them down, though, right?
I mean,
So-
okay, yeah, fair, okay, yeah.
Right?
So
Yeah,
you have two sets of goggles on your forehead, and you put one down, depending on the
Pulls one down,
situation.
like, oops, wrong one.
Okay.
One
So
is like super zoom, the other one is like super high focus.
you definitely saw things written in Thieves' Cant back when you were on in the docks area, the dock region. You saw basically the slogans, basically pointing people to look for work at the Lucky Eyes, basically for thieves, and other little slogans. However, all sorts of graffiti and native marks seem to be completely cleaned up in this part of the city. However, as you were crossing the bridge, you did see a couple of other marks that suggested things like check out the sewers near the museum, sort of pointers, half hidden underneath various political slogans.
Okay.
As you get across this side though, you see like no graffiti. This area seems to be like kept very clean against that sort of thing. You do still see political banners like encouraging people to vote for this person or that person. Most of them are in red. And they're just basically hanging from the various lampposts and such. But it looks like graffiti is something that's taken care of immediately, either by people that have been employed as street cleaners, or maybe there's some kind of enchantment that resists it. It's hard to tell.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go check some things. Where do we meet up later? And I need to go buy some stuff.
Splitting
right.
idea, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, we can go with you if you need to check some things out.
I'm a big girl. I can shop on my own.
I
This-
just don't.
This is Lenissa talk for. I'm gonna go do something you don't like.
I know. I'm figuring that.
I haven't rolled deception yet.
You should probably keep an eye on.
I went through hell with you.
Says the guy who dropped a demon lord on a devil lord.
Yeah, I'm quite an honest and straightforward person.
I mean, Will does tell me every single time he's going to steal something. Or if he did.
I'm not
Not
gonna
all the
steal.
time.
I'm not gonna
Oh.
steal anything. Probably.
What the fuck?
Probably is good enough.
Probably.
Probably is good enough.
Oh my god.
Don't steal anything, Lunisa.
Probably. Look, I just thought of some things that might help us find the pirate queen. like maybe they know something, and I was like, maybe we can go ask them. You
So
know,
shady people.
yeah. I mean, what better to find the shady queen than shady people?
But aren't we just going to leave this place soon enough if the plan falls through with the if we can find the ruins, inscription, code?
We're looking for a teleportation circle to the next town.
Why
If
are
we find it, we're not meeting anywhere. We're going there
why are we going to the next town?
to get an
Because that is
airship.
where Jack is.
Yes.
Jack with the flying ship. A bit of a flying ship.
Is the pirate lady we're looking for flying a flying ship?
No, but
No.
if she's on the normal ship, we have the advantage.
There's no waterway that leads to the east where it to the sea where she's at. The only other
Oh,
way we can do is go west and all the way the fuck around. This is
Can't
quicker.
we, can't we
to go
just
around the
teleport?
world?
Can't we just teleport to somewhere in the west? Wouldn't that
What
be
happens when we
easier
get to the
than
edge?
finding a
That's-
skyship?
There's a lot of information.
Okay.
The
Well-
city we're going to is in the west.
We need a flying ship in case we go over the
The
edge.
city you're looking for is in the east.
Oh, that's what I meant east. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, we're trying to get over a chasm, and we're going to the closest city to buy an airship to go over the cavern, right? Am I right? Am I wrong?
We're trying to get to a ship that's on no ocean. Our options are either go all the way across and find a ship, or teleport all the way across and find a ship. Walk to find this Jack person and find an airship, which would give us an advantage, and we all experienced for the most part an airship for the most part.
Don't airships crash a lot?
No.
Aren't we going to meet a pirate's queen?
If piloted improperly, yes, it would probably crash.
I have a feeling we're gonna get shot out of the air, but sure, sounds like adventure.
How far away can cannons fire straight up?
I mean, we're gonna have to get close to her ship to get the swords, right?
Yes.
Oh
We
well.
don't have any ways of getting down without landing.
That's for future Iron Broses to think about. The current ones just need to think about the teleportation circle.
Okay. You know what? Let's go check the teleportation circle first. Then we'll go check if we are friendly people. And else we steal the boat and go look for her that way.
No!
But
No stealing!
We buy the boat and go for them look
objectives. Use teleportation circle to get further east. Find Jack in forgot what the place was named. Estivus. And once we find Jack, convince him to take us further east to the coast, and then fly out over open water, find her ship, and attack her.
Okay. Can I walk up to a random guard? Or anything that
I'm like to
seems
turn
to
myself
know
in.
the area?
Sure.
Hey, do you know of a legal place where I can buy things to dip my weapons in so they hurt a lot more?
The Lizardfolk guard that you ask seems to furrow their scaly brow a bit. Are you looking for a forge of some kind?
No, like liquids I can dip my weapons into. So, for instance, when you go like hunting for a big beast and you want to like kill it quicker, or you want to like subdue it, like you can put your weapon into something, and then if you poke something, it falls asleep.
You might want to check out on the lures or something like that. There are small places that sell that sorts of hunting hunting things over there.
Yes, I'll go check there. That's in the city, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'll go check there.
I kind of want to join him on the search. On the search.
We go look for poisons then.
I mean, it's just
Okay,
me and
you guys have
Alyssa.
fun with
I'll
that.
promise to keep her in check.
Have fun looking for poisons. I'm not.
I
already-
have,
Why
I have
are
a
we
perfect
splitting
thing.
up?
I am so torn right now. Phaedra says.
I'm
Look,
just
I just want to stab things better.
yes, and I
that.
can approve of that as long as it's because
God,
people really
the-
want sab.
The thought of Will and Melissa teaming up to do something away from the rest of the party.
I said legally by. Okay.
I know.
Legally. And I promise it will be done legally. I don't have any money. Linessa, do you have?
I have 500.
I've heard you
money.
need legal currency to acquire things.
Oh
normally.
wait, I walk back up to the guard and I like shove the gold coins in his face. Like, do these work here?
Oh my god.
Yes.
I'm not a part of this group.
Okay. Come, Will, let's go.
Let's go.
The guard is watching you with suspicion now.
Sure, it's just face palming.
The world's gonna end, isn't it?
It's like a bunch of toddlers.
Well, I
Toddlers.
guess we'll wait for them then.
You guys can come look for us later. I just want to buy some poison.
You know what? Fine. I will have faith in you too. Blind
you.
faith.
Ooh, that's a bad idea.
You will not regret it.
I'm.
Meanwhile, is making a beeline for the magic school.
Pretty much, yeah.
No one will know we did anything.
I've been.
No, you're
I made
wrong.
it my intention to get there. I'm getting there.
Linessa,
We will.
we won't regret it. If you do anything, I won't be the one who regrets anything. I promise.
Sounds good.
Meet up here. We're gonna go in the magic school. If we're not out, I guess meet up at sundown. I don't know how. I don't know. Whatever. We're going here and follow Svirin.
How much money did we have again? Can I land some?
I don't know. How much money do you have?
I have 580. Poison can be very expensive.
Do you need some guild funds, Elisa?
I mean, it is for stabbing pirate lady, so
Oh, he didn't say. Sorry, he didn't say the lowers. He said he would have said the uppers. My bad. I got those two confused again.
All right. How much does poison cost? I genuinely don't poison people.
that can go anywhere from like a few hundred to a few thousands. So like if I get like another
Keep it
1,000
on a
gold,
budget. Come on.
Just make your own.
I can't because I need to like find a purple worm to murder. That's not
Oh, I
that
had
easy.
one of those in my pocket before.
Wait, you do?
Hey, yeah, you did.
I
Can you give it
dropped
to me?
I dropped it.
Oh,
I dropped it.
How about this? If you've got 500, we'll match, and I'll give you another 500. Okay?
thank you. You will not regret it.
Don't.
Hopefully.
For your sake,
Yeah, I
yes.
could probably make poison, but I've never done it before.
I have a poisoner's kit. I don't know if that allows me to make poison.
It helps you carefully poison your weapons without potentially
Yeah.
damaging yourself.
I can like poison anything without trouble, but like I
Yeah.
don't know if I
No.
make it.
That's what the poisoner kit's for. It's so that if you don't have to make checks to see if you accidentally poison yourself while poisoning something else. Your poisoner's kit has the materials to keep you from hurting yourself.
So how much was it? The midnight death was it? I remember that one.
So we're trying to find a door that sells it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking for a store.
Yeah, that's good.
So-
That basically you're going back the way you came and then going back up the northern, the northern bridge. That's going to be a while versus where.
Okay.
We'll meet at the tavern. The ship tavern. How's that sound?
Sounds good to
Okay.
me.
Okay. Then is that? Could I have the first interaction with this shopkeep?
You are representing the Iron Roses on this world.
Don't say that too loud.
Sure, you're better socially than I am. Yes.
Good.
Did Phaedra actually yell that out?
I think she did.
I'm not associated with Phaedra now.
I'm going to help them if they do anything.
Will is not gonna do anything.
Then you
I
better
said-
keep Lanissa in check.
I'll try.
All right. So Vera, is anyone following Vera into the school? Or you guys
Yeah.
all?
Yeah, we're all following Viren.
Okay, so Viren,
Oh, and those two.
yeah,
Yeah.
Viren has basically gotten up there first, unless he waits a minute for the.
No, no, God, no.
All right. So you
Wait for him?
come up to this vast college, and you see towers and wings, some of which have boarded windows, but a lot of the others have some of them have smoke coming out of the stacks. It basically looks like a cacophony of building sections. After a certain point, every wizard builds their own tower and adds it to the college, and every once in a while, a tower or wing gets lost. People forget
So
about
beautiful.
it. That's it's very chaotic. There are various students in robes of various races, and coming out from the building. Some of them are going into, heading down the street towards a the library that you passed, and the museum, which is also a rather old building. Looks like it was built in a much older style than a lot of things around here. And seem to be heading there for various reasons. But for the most part, it looks like there's as you enter in, there's a bunch of students in robes, just standing around chatting, carrying books. Some of them wearing the quote unquote traditional pointy hats. And yes, there are wizards. There are lizards. They're basically any race that's common in this city. You'll find members in here. You even see a couple dwarves with their long beards. Um, just pretty much every race that you find here. And let's see, what do we got here? Could have sworn there was somebody running a thing, but what are you doing as you get it as you walk in?
Uh-huh. I'm going to try and find the headmaster's office.
All right. All right. So it's not too hard to find. Even without having to roll an investigation check. Anybody you pass, if you ask about the headmaster, you're pointed to an office, and as you walk on the door, a woman calls you in. Yes, can I help you?
Yes, I believe you can.
And you see a human woman. She looks like maybe she's in her 60s. She's got graying hair, mostly tied up into a bun, glasses perched on her nose. She has a nice opulent desk and scattered books and papers on top of it, and other bookshelves behind her. And she stands up and says, "You do not look like one of the students here. Who might you be?"
Sorry, I should introduce myself. Where are my manners? My name is Viren Winster.
Well met, very well, sir. Elvira Heat. And she puts out a hand to you.
I will shake her hand. Me and my companions have been looking for potentially anywhere to get some resources for a transportation circle.
Oh, you're talking about a standard transportation circle, one that all you have to do is remember the sigil for.
Yes.
Ah, well, those are easy enough. And she smiles
And
slightly. I take it you have a means to cast this.
indeed.
Ah, good, good.
And where would I be able to find a list of public sigil locations?
Public sigil locations. Ah, that's an interesting one now, isn't it? Many sigils that I'm aware of go to various schools. Many of them have, well, as you can understand, they tend to be guarded against random people coming in. You never know who might be deciding suddenly to use a sigil to bring in an army, after all. So there's
Indeed.
usually some kind of defensive measures um, that you have to be careful with. There's no overall public, if you get me, that are allowed to anyone who just comes in off the street. It's not like the old days back in the days of the Imperium. Back then, they actually had towers devoted to it.
Those are convenient times.
Although you couldn't like make a random circle somewhere and then bamf to it, but anyone could actually go to a tower and use it to transport to any other tower, so that was very useful. I've been putting in some heavy research into it the last couple of years. And she kind of like stares at you thoughtfully.
Sounds fascinating.
You have a way of transporting yourself to other sigils. Would
Mm-hmm.
you be interested in possibly making a trade and maybe making some money along with it, or are you very busy?
Depends on how long this trade would.
Well, first off, I know some active locations that are still active uh, for the old transportation network. And in fact, we just 2 years ago uncovered an old transport tower here in the college. It had been lost for 1,000 years. Had a bunch of students trapped in it as well. We actually did
Must have been.
revive a few of them. They were trapped in this amber substance. It was very strange.
That's fascinating.
Yes. I would be willing to not only provide you with sigils of some places I know around the known world, and give them contact information so that if you appear in them, the people on the other end won't immediately attempt to arrest or lock you down, just to be safe. But maybe you'd also be interested in being able to use the transportation network that I've spoken of.
Does the transportation network band eastward?
Yes. There are several off to the east. There's even one supposedly in the Silverwing Mountains, which is on the other side of the continent, to the east.
Wow, that's really far east.
Mm-hmm.
And what would be the trade for getting that access?
Well, there's a place on my well, she kind of picks up an old a book from off the thing, and it has a couple pieces of paper sticking out of it. She flips it open. There's one place in particular that whoever had this, well, some time ago, whoever wrote in this book originally, said that it was a rather dangerous location, and I have not been able to, shall we say, fund an expedition of people willing to go visit. Not since the last group failed to come back. Of course, they were a group of students and they didn't have the ability to transport back. If you go there and find out what's going on, possibly stop whatever it is that's keeping people from returning, whatever dangers might be afoot, I would definitely be willing to give you access to all the transportation towers. And perhaps if my summation of this place is correct, we'll have the means to reactivate other towers, which will be most useful. I've heard that there might even be towers as far east as hold on a second. Once again, I have failed to remember a name of a place. As far east as Tanola, which would be amazing if there really is a contact there. I did not realize that the Imperium had contacts across the sea, across the Gusarum Ocean. At that,
That would be amazing. Anyway, then Vern mumbles under his breath. I wonder if Phaedra would be okay with this detour.
speaking of Phaedra and Cheery and Urk, what do you three? You three have entered into the college, but I'm not entirely sure where Baron disappeared off to.
We would
Yeah.
be looking for the one in charge.
Yeah, looking
you
for the
probably-
one in charge or any sort of
You
like.
probably knock on her door just as Viren is mulling this over. Then
Yeah.
We're getting sidetracked with something enchanted because Phaedra is shiny.
and you hear a woman's voice go, "Excuse me, just a minute." And she looks at Viren still. So what do you think?
Well, I would have to talk with my companions, but it would probably be our best bet, so I do have to come back to you on that with confirmation from the rest of my not magical friends.
Well, it would be fun if I could reactivate them. If I can get to the one that's in Tanola someday, assuming that I have the ability to reactivate it. I've heard tell that there are giants in that part of the world.
Ah.
Full on Phaedra PTSD, man.
We ignore that one.
Jolts, check. Giants, check. This is looking good.
Oh my god.
Death curse, check.
But we'll just don't mention giants around my companion.
Well, I don't know about the place that I'm trying to get an expedition to. I don't think there's giants there.
Well, either way, just don't mention the possibility.
Well,
She has a sort of PTSD about giants killing her. And giants in general. So I will be back with my companions, or maybe by myself with the answer from my companions.
All right. She shakes your hand again and then calls to the door. Come in.
We hit her.
And you see Viren is just getting ready to leave.
There you are.
Well, this was a
Yeah.
quick trip.
So these are the ones. All right.
Well, I guess I'm turns back around, not leaving yet.
Hi. Nice. We're the part of the Iron Roses. We're companions with Viren here. My name's Phaedra. She raises a hand.
Welcome. I am Elvira. And she reaches to shake your hand.
Yeah, she'll shake hands. Pleasure to meet you.
Sure, I know to say. Sure.
Pleasure. And she's like eyeing you guys up and down and seems to be smiling brighter. Yes, your companions really do look capable.
I know, right?
I have a
Is this all of them?
feeling we're missing something.
There is a few. Not here. One might just be invisible, but
Oh well, invisibility would be quite useful. We still don't know what's going on there.
Where?
She's staring at Viren.
What's going on?
oh
For
right.
no reason in particular, I'm just gonna do this. Staring at Viren.
oh right. And I'll pretty much explain what we've been talking about.
Mm-hmm. All right. Where is this place that, I mean, I'm just curious, where?
Well, I'm not entirely certain. I believe it was an ancient research outpost of some kind. Most of the information apparently was scrubbed from the archives, before the Scarlet Imperium fell. That was ages before Keoland became the country here. But it looks like it's on an island somewhere to the far west. The transport tower can go straight there, but the last two expeditions that went there, one from someone that wrote in a book that I acquired, and one that I sent on my own, well, did not come back. That's all I know for certain.
And
Feels
with your
dangerous.
It's possible that there's no way to reactivate the transport tower on the other side. And so, your companion here, and she gestured at Baron, said that he had the ability to use a sigil just in a regular circle. Well, that fills me with confidence, meaning that you could easily get out of there again. But if it is the place I think it might be, according to old rumors and notes, there might be a mineral there that can power these transport towers, and in fact bring others online.
If we are directly teleported there, how long, I mean, how long would you imagine, I mean, of course there might be bumps along the way, this quest may take? And how much time will it save us? How far east would we be able to teleport if you are able to
Well,
get everything back
I
online?
know for certain that there is a active tower that's perfectly safe to get to the Silver Ring Mountains, which is far to the east side of Meeg. But there might actually be a way the if the if there really are power crystals mineable there, that we might be able to get some of those and possibly reactivate one that goes all the way to Nola, which is across the ocean to the east, assuming that it still works.
Do you all believe this might be the quickest way for us to get there?
I mean, sure would be walking.
It would. It would be a task, but at the same time,
Saving time.
definitely shorter than months on sea.
Phaedra nods at Shiori, and oh my god, my pop figurines came in! Sorry. The critical role pops just came in. Raven turned the corner and just I saw them out of the corner of my eye. Sorry.
I got a notification that they were delivered to the post office.
What time?
I don't know if sorry, yesterday. I don't know if if they're delivered till tomorrow though. For me.
Sorry. Okay, back on track. Sorry.
Just around the corner, like, look at this.
Yeah, he was just like, "Hey!" I was like, "Oh my god." Sorry. Okay. Phaedra will nod at Shiori and Viren, and then look. Just a little bit more serious at Elvira, and just kind of walk alongside and just get a little closer and just put a hand on the desk. You seem very learned, and I think this is the best course of action, but I'm sure you've heard rumors of a death curse rising from Chult affecting.
Oh yes, we've heard it. It's to the south. It hasn't it hasn't come north of Orin. At least not that I've heard.
But what about west? Would
Well,
this destination where we would be going, would that be in that?
actually, I don't know for certain. In theory, the island moves, but the tower itself is anchored.
Phaedra just kind of takes a deep breath. I think this is the best course of action, but I'm not going to okay this mission unless we all are in agreement. We won't be able to be resurrected, and it could affect Will, and I'm not going to say yes until we confer with him.
So where are those two?
They went shopping,
And we will be switching over to those two.
and Phaedra blinks, and she will go into fucking Cinder's eyes because Cinder's still on Lisa.
Oh, that's right. We've established that this takes her up to a mile with Cinder or something like that now, right?
Because her base was Pseudo Dragon.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So,
Yeah,
Lenissa.
You're still within that range.
Yep.
I just
Not
gotta
anymore.
hold on.
Did you just
No!
slap the dragon?
Don't you kill my dragon!
I won't. You're gonna kill me if I do.
Yeah, she will. By the way, to getting the form of scale of Madronis, it's not quite as big as New York City.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Wow, thank you.
Yes, that helps a lot. Yes, New York
Very
City.
descriptive.
The two
Uh-huh.
Europeans.
I mean, we also have some Canadians. They also don't know how big it is.
We have two Australians. And to be fair,
In comparison to Stockholm, how big is it?
No,
I
think of it.
actually don't know Stockholm. Maybe London would be a good comparison. I'm trying to think of a major city that bridges rivers.
I mean,
Inner or
I
outer
know
London.
London.
Inner or outer London? London
I've-
Central or
Yeah, London's pretty big.
Yeah,
the
London.
suburbs of London?
I'm thinking central here.
That's really
Well-
small.
Well,
Yeah.
what about Paris is actually pretty big and spans some rivers.
That's a substantial
Yeah,
city.
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
Paris
Mhm.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay,
Paris goes
sure.
over a fair amount of
Yeah,
rivers.
basically, the smallest section is the middle, which has, like I said, the major school. It has the palace. It has all sorts of cool stuff. And
Yeah.
then there is the major docks and marketing area, and then there's the slums area, the area that the poor folk live, which is where you're going right now.
The heart of the town.
Yes.
All right, Vanessa.
Yes. You were gonna do the talking, right?
Yes, I'll do the talking. We're just gonna go in and buy this poison, right?
We're gonna buy specific poison, though.
Yes. I'm just gonna. There's a thing that I've kind of wanted to do.
Okay, I'll trust you.
Don't worry, it's not. It's just really it's. Let's
Yeah,
call it a social experiment.
I trust you for now.
Hmm?
I'll trust you for now.
I just want to have a good laugh.
Okay.
You can enter after me so that you're not associated.
Uh-huh.
What store should we go in?
So are you guys going to be asking around at all for people to find a place that sells poisons and the like?
I mean, we were pointed in a direction, right?
To the
You're
uppers.
only pointed to the uppers.
I'll
you're
go
probably by,
around.
cheap shops and cheap taverns and
We're
small,
window shopping.
We're-
No, hold on.
and small
I mean,
sort of
This
thing.
work. My thing works better if we pick a random shop.
I mean, we'll go into random shops that look like they sell potions. So we're probably wandering into herbalist, potion makers, and poisoners shops until we find one that sells poison.
Willie's just gonna open a random shop and go in.
Okay.
Actually, Repcon. He's gonna put his hood up, and then it's gonna go in.
Oh, like that again, are we?
Yes.
Oh God.
Is the shopkeep standing at the counter?
All right, so I'm gonna tell you which store you've walked into.
Mm-hmm.
You walked into a place called Hulking Madness. And
Perfect.
You see around. It's actually got a very tall door. The shelves are actually further apart than you're used to, considering your slight frame. On the shelves, you see things like bear traps and other thing, hunting accoutrements, various types of traps that you would find there. And a few that look like they'd be protecting other, houses and whatnot.
Yep.
And behind the counter is something probably unexpected, considering that you're not used to seeing things like this in a major city. You see an ogre standing behind the counter.
All right.
Just
Ogre. Just a small gnome and an ogre. Perfect.
Dressed in like a Han Solo type vest and
A shopkeep's apron.
and like a
With a name tag.
billowing
Erg.
pants. No, like a billowing pants, and just kind of like looking around because they're looking towards the door where it's sniffing a bit as if they heard something or smelled something different. There's
So
also
Will.
a rack of vials
Mhm.
on the counter, which is a bit over your head.
Yeah. Will just kind of carefully maneuvers himself to get up on top of the counter. So he's standing right in front of this ogre. He like steps on wares, boxes, and stuff just to get on top of it. Says quietly with his movement and the shoes. And then he stands in front of it and removes the hood. And the first thing he says is, "Do you do poison?"
And the ogre's eyes just kind of open wide. It's like has its arms folded, and its nostrils flare as it stares at you for a full moment as if assessing, and then tilts its head a bit, and says, "Are you want of Gunther skin?"
That doesn't matter. I'm not. But do you do poison?
Poisons? What
Poison.
kind of poison?
The ones that are bad for health.
All poisons bad for health.
Exactly. Does that narrow it down?
I've got vials of things that make.
What is it made of? What does it do? How do they die?
Ooh, you want poison that die? And the ogre just kind of stares down at you.
Mm-hmm.
Such
I
a
guess,
little fellow, small Guntherkin. And it reaches out with a big hand and just kind of pats you on the head.
Uh-huh.
And says, "You trying to confuse me?"
No, I'm asking you a question. I got a rat problem at home.
That's problem.
Mhm.
Yes, I knew what rat good for poison. Can still eat them, but
Does it affect pets?
it can. Yes, you do not
Yeah.
want small pets eat rats.
What about very large pets? Are they
How
like a
sick
almost person-sized pet?
can make sick if eat rat.
Can it be detected in casserole?
The ogre seems to think about that for a moment. Depends. If you are trying to feed casserole to lizard, they will know. Try to feed it to human, probably not.
Faces.
Can you repeat that?
Does it come out in pustules or a rash?
Neither. It makes things bleed more.
Do you have anything that affects faces?
You want something that affects faces? And it goes over to look at a bundle of herbs that are kind of wrapped in cloth and just got the herbs like sticking at the top. If you rub this on a face, it will start pustulizing unless they are immune.
You know what? Forget about it. What would that broom do to the human skull? Would it just embed itself in it?
What would what do? Can you repeat that?
What would that broom do to the human skull?
A broom?
Yes.
And kind of like looks at you. Swung by you, probably nothing.
Do you have any hammers that smash bones?
I am not a tool shop.
Do you have any battering spades?
I couldn't make out that word. I'm so sorry.
Do you have any battering spades? You know, battering spades for battering a person.
I am not a weapon shop. This is traps and various herbs that can do things and poisons. Good for taking care of certain problems.
This did not turn out as I wanted it to do. I'm gonna go and look at another shop. Goodbye.
Lunissa walks in. And
They have
you
poison and walks out.
I walk back in. So I heard you sell poison.
For various problems, yes.
How well versed are you in poison?
Depends on what you want.
Do you, for instance, have essence ether?
Remind GM, what is essence ether?
A creature subjected to this poison must make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or become poisoned for 8 hours. Poisoned creature is unconscious. The creature wakes up if it takes damage or if any other creature takes an action to shake it awake.
Of course. Good for keeping prey subdued. And what?
Oh, I have a list. I should probably fix you this. I googled and I found the list of le poisons.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's go down the list. I want some burnt opher fumes if you have them.
Hold on, I'm reading up on the description of that.
That's the second one.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it. I do not have that.
Do you have malice?
Yes, I do have some malice.
I would like. Let me double check how expensive it is. 2 doses of malice.
That would be 500 gold.
Okay, let me check. What did that thing do again? Do you have truth serum?
No, that would probably be something you would have to ask for a special order somewhere, but I do not have that. It is not useful for hunting.
Fair. Let's see. Do you have what's it called again? Crawler mucus?
Yes, I do have crawler mucus. It is interesting to have harvested. Some people will bring it to me to sell that I can then refine.
I would like.
Often assists on that.
I would like 2 of those.
2 of those. Yes, that would be another 400 gold then.
And I presume you have some serpent venom?
I do have a little of that. Most of it is watered down to be used against certain pests. There was a gnome in here before asking about that sort of thing.
Okay. Hmm, think that would be about it. I can't think of anything else, so thank you very much.
And if you're getting those 4 items, that's 900 gold altogether.
Yeah. So that leaves me with 161 gold, and let me just add these to my things. So, much obliged.
Yes. Happy hunting to you.
Yes,
And if
happy
I
hunting.
can find any poisons useful or certain mucuses, I will buy as well.
I'll keep that in mind. I don't know when I will be back, but if I am, I will certainly come by.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Then I'll go heading back to where the group said we were gonna meet.
Yeah, Will kind of takes the hood off and meets up with Linus and go, all right, let's head back then. Tavern.
Mhm.
Boy, I wonder what the others people are up to. That experiment did not go well. I guess I have to try it with someone who doesn't sell poison.
I was thinking of buying a gift for Viren, but they didn't have it.
Oh, really? What?
From my teachings, I learned there's this liquid you can feed people, and then they need to speak the truth. And I thought this could be a very fun prank.
That doesn't sound like a fun liquid.
I mean, it sounds fun enough. If you definitely need someone to talk, I mean, if you exhausted all other options, you know.
I suppose. Oh, well, yes, let's just head back to the group.
Yeah, we're being attacked by a lion.
What did you buy, by the way? I listened to the names, but I don't know poisons by name.
Don't worry about it.
You can explain it on the on the way.
Look, just know that maybe sometimes you do not want to inhale.
Ah, okay, so it's stuff you inhale. How do you spell that? The 2 blades.
There are other options of poisoning people. I also have one that just needs to be touched, so I can like put it on a fork or something.
Yeah, but
then you know.
Yeah, could you tell me about the poisons?
You know, it's probably better if you didn't know.
No, I think it's probably better if I did.
One paralyzes you, and one just poisons and blinds you, basically.
So basically, by the way, Shuttle has been privy to all of the stuff that Linissa bought before Linissa.
I mean, she knows the names. She knows the names, and she knows that one of them paralyzes you, and then one of them makes you blind. That's all they know.
Cinderburps.
And knife straight into
Evil dragon.
Good place to end? Question mark?
Sure.
I mean, meet up.
You guys can meet back up at that floating tavern and get to discuss your business. And we can also, like I said, you can have some out of character, in character types of discussion, like downtime things to decide what you're going to do next week, because it might change my plans on certain things. If I have a confirmation as to which path you guys are going to take, that would be great.
Well, we can do that real quick if you guys want and meet up. I just have my home game I need to leave for soon.
Yeah, that's why I was saying is that we can just put this in because there
Do it
is
out of.
the
Okay.
there is in character stuff in here like Clubhouse or other in character that
Okay.
you guys can do as downtime and just discuss okay which one of these places are we going and in character as an in character off session thing and that'll just help me out a lot. All right, so we'll end right here.